Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session of Dumbskulls, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition game. Hi, I am a GM and your best friend, Ezekieru. You can call me Ezzy, or Dave, and I'm surrounded here by my lovely players. Going around from the top of the order, we have Joshua.
It's me. Hello.
The order seems completely random.
Yep.
Yes, but I'm at the top of the order, making it a good order.
Congratulations on being a top, Josh.
Thank you. I don't really know what that means. Anyways,
Josh tops the taxes every year.
so I am American Josh. I play Aegis, your favorite robot who tumbles through things, and when they fail to tumble through things, they spend hero points to tumble through it even harder.
Whom the bot tumbles, it tumbles for thee.
And that's basically it. So I also am the de facto writing down notes to remember what happened last time.
I'll remember that when I'm calling on to you. Next up, we have Ava.
Hi there, I'm Ava. I play Brimstone for the Pathfinder 2nd Edition game Dumbskulls on the Dumbskulls channel. Also, I would like to make an announcement. D&D sucks shit compared to Pathfinder because Pathfinder is much easier to understand in my human toad brain.
Okay, wasn't expecting that.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. Fucking hell.
You happened to play regularly D&D within the past week.
Don't play Pathfinder 1E.
Don't do it.
Don't.
Don't do it.
Why?
It's a
do it.
mess.
It's fine.
That's the only thing I could say. I love Pathfinder 1A, but if you don't
1A?
want to have to, if D&D confuses you, Pathfinder 1E goes off the rails
Yep.
real
really?
fast.
Just roll good. Jump down the hole.
No,
Roll
it's
crits.
not that.
Be me.
I'm talking about just like in the amount of things that you have to remember.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's floating modifiers for everything. It's like, did you happen to be higher up than the other person? Remember, that gives you +2 to your attack rolls on
Mm-hmm. All right.
stuff like that.
Wrapping that up. Next we have Boko.
Hi, I'm Boko. I play Dipped. I'm about to put potato chips on my ice cream. I recorded 18 minutes
Why
of me.
are you doing
On the
that?
microphone.
Yeah,
On my
Crinkle, crinkle.
this is called content. What are you on about?
Oh my
Get it,
god.
girl. Fucking,
Boko,
fucking
we've
destroy
been
that
in a
aluminum
call for like
foil.
half an hour. You could have done this potato chip ice cream at any point.
I got my ice cream while we were joining the call.
Oh my
I just hadn't
God.
put my chips on it yet.
Christ.
Speaking
Okay.
of
Next is Super Ninja. Can I have
Hi,
you
I'm
introduce?
Super Ninja 5506, and I'm not going to do an obnoxious thing as soon as I start talking.
Oh god. All right. And who do you play?
Kestrel,
Nice.
the gay elf.
Half elf. And now we have
Half elf.
Requiems. Hi.
Hi. He already introduced me. I play Requiems. That's pretty fucking self-explanatory right there. I'm the paladin warrior.
Self-insert.
Actually, you're a
Yay.
redeemer. You're not a paladin.
Fuck off. I just
Well, there you go. Okay, cool. So now that we are all gathered here today,
There's a
for
wild energy in the
this
room.
wild energy here, can I have one of you, probably Joshua, but one of you,
Probably
please recap what happened last time?
Yes, hello. I forgot to name this episode my own name. So it's just number 5.
Number 5. Okay.
Yeah, I give them my own names. I was gonna do this one afterwards and then forgot, so it's
Mm.
unnamed. The guards
Give me,
wave at us.
no, stop. Give me a name right now.
Be creative.
Catastrophe.
Okay.
Ah,
All
solid.
right.
Be. Boo.
Anyways, so we waved at some guards. They were nice. And then Kestrel got swiper no swiping swiped. We used the new victory point thingy, a mechanic, to chase the thief, and we're sort of successful about half or so of the time. I did get sumo slammed, and Requiem's attempted to kill a man with a bottle.
It wasn't proven. It wasn't proven.
He's definitely. Well, actually, you spent a hero point to change the narrative that you aimed at his foot. and just maimed him for life instead.
You can live life without a toe.
So then we chased them into an alleyway where we got ambushed. I climbed up a building and immediately got pushed off, but I have catfall baby, so it did nothing. Dipped got hit by a rock, dealing 1 point of damage, and then burning hands 2 children.
They had it coming.
Then Dipped was hit violently by an axe.
No, the axe missed first, and as he cheated.
Requiem's, yes, but in the current timeline, the axe hit.
I hate this
In
time.
the timeline that exists.
Requiem's managed to talk down the situation by going absolutely broke, as in literally no money, giving his last 2 gold to the cat and his rest of his money to Kestrel. And then the group had logicked Aegis out of the fact that this was no longer a crime. Aegis around a corner yelled about the way of the Cobalt Soul, and a cloaked figure showed up to summon flaming rats, which proved a mild threat until the giant cinder rat that makes all the rules showed up, who started making people sick, and lit Aegis on fire twice.
Yep.
Except I ended with exactly 1 HP, hashtag calculated.
Hashtag calculated. Hashtag calculated. Good.
So now we
The risk I
rejoined,
took was calculated, and I'm extremely good at math.
and then everyone vomited, and we found out Aegistosaurus stands there as blue stuff oozes, which is a very good mental image.
It's a very nice one.
And now, the cat person is going to take us somewhere, I believe, where hopefully we can all
Or hopefully Aegis can heal.
heal from 1 HP. Yes,
Okay.
though it is within parameters.
Now, before we start,
I would call it suboptimal.
Okay. Before
Maybe.
Before we start, let me remind everyone that if you want to participate, there is a couple ways you can do so. Obviously, watching and tweeting this stuff out, being in the chat and letting us know how you guys are feeling about this is really nice and appreciated. If you have a few bucks to spare, we use this kind of to help support me for the various bills and stuff. And you can do so a couple different ways. You can donate and name an NPC, which would have an NPC of your choosing in the world of Dumbskulls. And you can give them a preference of a name, a race, a job, occupation, anything of that sort. The other thing you could do is grant hero points, which going at the top of the order, this is a different order, Brim has 11 hero points, Kestrel has 9 hero points, Dipped has 18 hero points, Requiems has 6 hero points, and Aegis has 12 hero points. If you do not wish to give hero points, you can also grant me, the GM, villain points, which I currently have 10 of. So
You shouldn't do that.
you
makes
should,
everyone
because
else
it
mad.
makes the game much more challenging, which is fair.
No.
Also,
I
everyone
disagree.
needs to switch to being their character in the Roll20, I think. Or at
Being
least I did.
yeah,
like
everyone
the drop-down
everyone in
box.
the chat, including you, Quinn, you need to switch to your character.
Yeah.
Doing that now.
So we won't have the wonderful
We got,
Yay.
couch
we got
pattern.
$1 from Honest. Thank you very much, and let me see where that goes to. That goes
Thank you, Honest.
to a hero point for Ava. So give one to Brim.
Yes! I'm the best.
You are.
I'm
Already.
just over here with my 6 hoping I don't fuck up.
Also,
Does
Soups,
canonically Technologic just scream?
maybe.
No.
Well, okay, that's
Not right now, but eventually maybe.
Yeah. Also, Soups, can you do the thing you did last week?
What did I do last week?
Mr.
alarm?
Kyoru, do the thing.
Oh shit! Yes. Yeah. Let me set an alarm for 40 minutes. 40 minutes or 50 minutes?
My
50
secret
minutes.
job.
No, 40. Make it
Okay.
40.
Okay.
So, you are all still in the back alley, and you're kind of like.
Oops, that's 12 hours from now. Hold up.
Oh no! You
Sorry,
just
you don't
got
want that
done
going
dealing with the cinder
That's
rats.
1 day and 39 minutes from now.
Oh
Hold
boy!
up.
Hey,
Steven, hush
fuck-
about the timer.
I fucked up.
Okay,
Got it.
you good? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
I'm fine.
you are all kind of like, batting your wounds quite a bit. Aegis, you're like
Kestrel's
barely.
acting very injured despite the fact that he hasn't been touched.
Yeah, you're actually the only one who hasn't been touched, thanks to your distance with Technologic. Good job. Aegis, you're
Hooray.
barely
Amazing.
standing. You can
Good
feel,
job being able to stand 5 feet away from combat at all times.
It's very
Just
good.
really good work.
Good job. But Aegis,
Sorry,
you're
the
on,
phrasing.
like, you're teetering on like the edge of like consciousness. You
Yep.
kind of feel like short-circuiting. Like a single like push can like drop you to 0 at this point.
Is he
Um,
sparking
sure
at all or anything like that because he is a warforged?
I don't
Uh,
imagine Sparks personally.
Yeah.
goop.
I like to
Somebody
imagine that
should-
once in a while they just say like a word wrong or space out.
Or like the lights of their eyes kind of like goes out for a
Oh yeah,
second.
that's flickering.
Yeah, that's
It's like
flicker.
it's like an old neon sign.
It's not
Uh,
robot friend.
The cat folk kind of like nods. You like, well, let's get you somewhere more comfortable. And then we can talk a business.
Yeah,
fun-
I would appreciate that very much, thank you.
And before we
It would be
before we
good.
go any further, you should probably know who I am.
Yes.
My name, and she kind of like steps aside, and then I reveal the name via the nameplate.
I mean, I
Is
think we already
Luna in el cielo?
Isn't that the jester from Skyrim?
no.
No,
That's Cicero. That's
That's-
Cicero.
that's Luna. It's Spanish for Luna of the Moon.
I assumed that.
Luna in the sky, rather. Well, Fran knows
Yeah,
it. She named this particular iteration of Luna, and all iterations of Luna.
Hello, I am Aegis. Aegis extends his hand, but it's not anywhere close to the cat.
Luna,
just sort of
Luna
off
kind
in
of
the
like
distance.
Luna
You
just
tried
kind of
to
pushes.
shake your hand.
Yeah,
over
Luna kind of
me.
like.
Kind gesture.
Oh, we got $5 from Doom. Hold on, let me check what the message
Doom
was.
2016 donates $5.
This is for Schnookers. We need we miss Snake. Yeah, Schnookers is still missing. Currently at Whamlart. But
It'd be
Luna
like
kind of
that.
like moves past Brim and dipped and kind of like leans over and gives you the shake. Like yes, okay. Follow me.
Can you
It'll-
fix him?
Well, once we're at the
It is
place,
within
we could probably do some
parameters.
patching up. I don't really have any healing capabilities, but I'm sure you amongst yourselves probably do. Let us go. And she kind of leads you out into the open, and you all walk for a good like 10-ish minutes. And you see as the old kind of like ornate buildings kind of they're becoming less and less like super duper broken, and you're seeing less of the super desolate poor, since that seems to be a bit like upfronted towards the gate. But you do see some individuals. It's mostly a residency at this point. This layer is composed mostly of people living here. After all, it's just that the various gates seem to have the most troublemakers. So
Yeah,
you
I
come
mean, that makes
across-
sense to me.
Yeah.
People would be able to like get more of their shady business done at the gates where people come through.
yeah.
I love at the gates.
As you walk through, you're going down like basically the main road here in the lower layer, and you come across a pretty like decent sized building with like an upfront like front yard like playground sort of situation, and you spot a few children there. they seem to be enjoying themselves, having a nice time. They seem a bit scared seeing new faces. They seem to be particularly oh shit.
Castro waves.
Dead King Zella donated $10, 10 tumble points to Aegis.
Excellent.
Okay.
I promise to spend them foolishly and recklessly.
The kid, very nice. The kids kind of like nod, but like try to like scurry a little bit out of sight. And you notice, surprisingly, given how you heard about the orphanage, roll me a perception check, actually, all of you.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Perceive. Nope.
Aegis. Okay.
Perception.
Okay.
I mean, 14's
That's
not
okay.
terrible, but it's no 24.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone,
There we go.
everyone but Kestrel, especially Quinn, you notice, you don't see any catfolk children about. And that's because as you come to the building, which is at the corner across the street from this this orphanage, which if you with Quinn, you with your great eyes spot the name of the orphanage before you left. It is let me pull up the chat with me and Fran because that's where our ideas are. Saint Grimalkin's Home for Boys and Girls. It seems like it's okay managed, but it could definitely use some more governmental like assistance to it. But you walk across from there to a nice little bar with a cat with a silver spoon on top of the signpost, and the signpost reads "The Cat's Cradle." And you walk in, and you can see why you didn't see any catfolk children at the orphanage, because they're all here. Like
That's
a
right.
lot,
Hopefully not drinking.
a lot
Jesse,
of
what is the name of the orphanage?
the
Is there a
orphanage.
silver spoon anywhere?
The cat the cat symbol up at the top of the signpost had the silver spoon.
Aha!
As for the name of the orphanage, it's this.
St. Grimalkin's Home for Boys and Girls.
That's right.
All right, thank you.
But all like there's like a good like dozen or so, if not 24, various like breeds of catfolk children just running around, like just having a fun time. Quinn, obviously they're not drinking, aside from just water and
They're
having
children.
and milk and whatnot.
And I was gonna ask about milk. I'm glad you clarified.
Nope,
But
actually, isn't that
they
good
all
for
seem to
cats?
be basically hanging out here, and running the bar is this like old, pudgy Siamese cat looking cat folk.
Oh boy.
With like a bunch of wrinkles, and
Is it Skimble Shanks?
He's so wrinkled he kind of looks like a pug, actually.
it's almost like Sugar Mama from Proud Family as a cat, basically.
What? Never
Oh
heard
God.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
I can picture that.
Yep.
And she just kind of like, like with like her folds over her eyes, just kind of like turns her head, looks at you, just like, new faces. I didn't think you were the type to bring people around here. And Luna's like, well, we got into a whole tizzy, and look, they're gonna be here to help, okay?
She tried to crime us.
Well,
Donation. It was a donation.
But
I
it worked.
don't- not
Everything
after.
worked out for the best.
go on and take a seat by the bar, and if you want anything, let me know. My name's Matilda. Most kids around here call me Granny, but you know, Matilda's fine. And as you all approach the bar, right behind you is a cloaked figure, and they also approach the bar, but they don't sit down. They just kind of like look at Matilda. It's like, I wish to pay my respects. And she just kind of like nods and like, to the back you go. and behind, just like across the other side of the building, is like, you know how like kitchens or like video stores have that like cloth section, like separator of the different parts of the
porn,
building.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
the
the porn
separator.
kitchen.
Yeah, I know of it.
So
We have
they
have
go
one at home.
underneath they go past the cloth, and then they like head a direction, like to the right basically. And then yeah, you're in this bar. What do you do?
I take a seat at the bar and I ask Luna, so what was all that about? Out there with the rat man.
Well, I don't know. I'd never like our affiliations don't really deal with fiery rats, if you know what I mean. We mostly of liberating pockets and such. We don't typically deal with magic bullshit.
Just crime.
For a
Aegis,
good
you're going to...
Aegis is staring like upwards and to the left for no apparent reason.
she kind of
Fix him. I say to the party in general.
Okay, fine. I'll try.
Can I say during our 10-minute walk, was I able to focus, or do I have to be still for that?
Okay, for you to refocus, you have to do something that is akin to your focus pool. So for you, a champion, you'd have to do something in relation to your god. So you'd have to like pray or like heal with medicine.
Think really hard about dragons.
Could we say that I was like silently praying to myself as we were walking towards? So I was trying to.
If you spend a hero point, you can say that.
All right.
Fuck, fine. All right, 5. I got 5 now. So
right.
I'm gonna spend a hero point. I'll say I meditated on my way here. I'm going to approach Aegis and use lay on hands to heal him,
That's
and
6 health
hopefully
points.
it'll fix some of his stuff.
That's 6 health points.
Hooray.
That puts you at 7.
7
I
out of
look at the rest.
32.
So I'm gonna look at the rest of the party and just go, "Can somebody please heal
Here,
the rest of Aegis?" I don't. That's all I can
That
do.
No.
feels a little
I
better.
will try.
It
No,
makes
I
things
can't.
less fadey.
It's just the medicine check,
Matilda starts to clean some glasses, like, we'll be here whenever you're done patching up, I guess. And yes, it would be a
just-
medicine check.
right? Flat medicine.
Well, it's not... Oh yeah,
Jesus.
let me
You're
pull
welcome,
let me
Josh.
pull up the exact wording of this, because this is very good.
This is
Hold
much
on.
better
Hell
than
yeah.
when you hurt me with medicine.
I've never hurt you with medicine,
I
Joshua.
know, just spells.
You shouldn't have stood in the way.
Rek has a flashback to previous adventures.
I will do
Okay.
it again.
So treat wounds. Well, no matter what, you're immune to it for an hour from them specifically, and a critical
We'll probably
success
be
is
good.
4d8 hit points, and your
There you
wounded-
go, Josh.
And your
So
wounded
do I have to roll the
condition-
48?
Yeah, I'd
yes.
imagine you would.
Oh,
roll
what's the
bones.
condition?
No,
It's just
it-
48.
I was saying in his wounded condition, if he had one, is removed.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Low
Look at those
roll.
crit.
Damn.
I'm cursed. My rolls are always bad.
So that's 13 more
I'd
points.
say
You
having
did
two
just
counters.
roll a natural 20.
I know. Don't worry about it. Twin
Alright.
looks
Sorry.
at his minor elixir of life.
Didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm
Were
at
you just
20
trying to
now.
Look at how much it heals.
Okay. Out of how much is your health life?
32.
Oh,
So that
It
takes.
could be worse.
A kind gesture.
We got another donation from Dead King Zealot. Let me see.
It's 1d6 plus 1.
5 hero points for Requiem. Good job.
there you go. Thank you, chat. Quinn needs them.
For being the party healer, apparently,
Right.
and tank,
And then getting out.
Well,
And,
to be
fair,
fair,
look-
Brim is out of heals, I think.
and also
Yeah,
broke.
it's
I
fine.
am.
Well, once
Also-
once we
also-
have
okay,
like
Just letting
time.
just letting you know, treat wounds takes 10 minutes. So Quinn, do you want to pray during that?
Yes, I am going to refocus.
Okay,
Yeah,
Refocus.
basically,
refocus.
anytime we have downtime, you can just spend 10-minute chunks refocusing.
Alrighty, and you
Just a
refocus,
pray
and
boy.
and by the time they stop treating his wounds, you have your focus point back. Do you want to use it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself this
Okay,
time.
cool. 6 health points to you. Go on and put that up.
Already on it.
Okay, cool. And
And then we wait for 10 more minutes.
Yeah, we can literally just sit here and just heal ourselves.
For an hour while Requiem's fixes everyone.
I was gonna say we're
this,
probably gonna
this
be
has
here
been
for a few
like
hours.
10 minutes past. They just kind of like look at like each other, and like Luna just kind of like leaves for a little bit to play with the orphans. Like you could.
I'm just gonna look
So
at the
what's-
bartender and go, "Hey, can you give us like? We're gonna take an hour to try to
Oh yeah.
literally
yeah.
put ourselves back together."
It's not like I need business or anything, but you know, take your time.
Edsy, what do I have to do to
chat?
gain
Are
spell
we
slots?
preventing a lawful establishment from functioning? Are we loiterers?
No, this is a makeshift hospital right now.
Ah,
So-
well, then that's okay.
So
Yep.
take an hour, and that would be 50 minutes. So 5 times by 6, 30 health points spread around.
Please heal me.
Kestrel.
Oh, do I have to choose? Shit.
First,
Yeah, who are
yes.
you
yes.
feeling?
So
Okay, who is in more dire need of health? Who, like, I know Aegis
I'm
is at
20 of 32.
So you can give him 2 instances if you want.
okay,
I'm
yeah,
down.
That would
I'm
get him up
at
to
18 of
32.
28.
yeah. So I'll give 2 to him, and then Brim, are you hurt?
I have
Prim-
10 HP.
I'm gonna use the other 2 for him,
Okay, so that's.
and then I have one
that's-
more.
That's 12 and 12. So yep. So that
I'm at
brings.
18 of 28 if you have anything that's 10 down from max.
If
What?
I wanted to buy a drink at a non-exorbitant rate, what would I pay for that?
Let me look it up.
Okay, I have one more heal then.
Well, what are you at, Requiems?
I'm at 26 of
30.
36.
I would say probably give it to yourself. Because we can
Hey!
just dipped in the back. We can keep you in the back. You've only been injured once this entire
Yeah,
Dipped
because
with a
you
com-
distance.
Dipped, if
Yeah,
a combat thing happens, I will literally throw you behind me and take a hit. Okay, just
Yeah,
good.
it's like that one also.
Also, and I don't say this out loud. I go right into their ear and I'm like, also, you've set orphans on fire. We will talk about that later.
Yeah. So
That's fine.
speaking of that, a couple of the orphans that are hanging out are the ones you burned, and they are like kind of tearing up and in the corner.
Can we say we take an hour and a half, and I want to use my points to heal them too.
Listen.
Yeah.
I want to heal the cat folk.
So after the
in-
after the first like hour,
Actually, in this time, since you didn't answer.
Can we
my
say that we're talking at the same time? Because there's no reason that the rest of us couldn't be doing something while he's in the corner praying.
yeah.
We could also be doing other medicine checks too. We don't have to just do the one.
It's
Like we can
yeah.
use. We got 2 people with 2 healers kits, so they can do medicine checks either on the cat kids or on each other.
I just want to recharge my spell slot, and people keep talking over me.
Okay, look,
Ask
I'm gonna go
3
heal the
times.
cat kids for another half hour, and then you guys can do whatever the hell you want.
Recharge your spell slots.
Yes, I was
the
asking
focus
what
spells.
my requirements for that were, and no one's answered me.
Well,
Okay.
normal spell slots would be sleeping.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Okay,
you
I
have
wasn't sure
focus-
if I had
And
any
any
other
foc-
things because I
and
don't
any
sleep.
focus points would be like 10 minutes of whatever your focus
I
is,
haven't
which,
used any of those.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
no,
I just used spell slot. Okay, I was just wondering if I could do anything for that.
nope.
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 Unless you could pop some Z's for 8
Hours.
until
I can't-
until you
that-
make daily preps again.
I can't do that. There's no way I can. I
I briefly go catatonic until my spell slots are back.
I use Technologic to puppet Dipped while she sleeps. No, we're
No.
not actually doing
Brim approaches the children.
Okay. The children see a big, scary dragon man who
that.
they've
Hester
never,
watches
they
with
have
anticipation.
never seen before because as you no, roll me a society check real quick.
Hey, Ozzy, how much did that drink cost? Because I do want one.
Okay. Well, a mug of ale is 1 copper. A keg of ale is 2 silver. A pot of coffee or tea is 2 copper. A bottle of wine's 1 silver, and a bottle of fine wine is a gold piece.
I'll take a bottle of wine.
Okay. 1 silver piece. There you go. A 20. 99% of the Dragonborn are split into 2 types. There are the tribal types that are outside of the House Stone name, and they are not in nowhere near Orfang. And then there is House Stone and their other branches of the house, and 99% of them wouldn't leave the upper layer, let alone the lower layer.
Brim crouches down, very low, as if he were talking to Dipped. Hello, little ones. I am Brimstone of the Stone family.
Oh my god.
There's kind of
Kestrel takes a swig.
their ears kind of perk up and they go, like Kingstone?
Yes, that's my father.
You're twins?
Yes, I am.
Do you have money?
I have something better than money.
Requiem comes out of his prayer and goes, "Yes, he does." And
as he shouts, they kind of like look, they all start to like go over to you and start climbing you, and start like, "Can you help the bar? Can you help the orphanage? You would really like a new playground. We would like some new toys and stuff. Could you please talk to your daddy about it, please?"
You can hear Requiem literally
give
try to
us some
stifle
tweets?
laughing as he's hearing this.
You can see the vein on Requiem's forehead as he tries to concentrate.
I gently take each child off.
And as fast as you can take one off, 2 continue to climb.
Children, I'm sorry, but moment in time I cannot give you the money that my fortune. I can't give you my fortune, but
You can't?
not right now, but I can later. I promise.
Oh no.
Roll a deception check.
No, I'm being serious.
If you're serious, then roll diplomacy.
Hero point.
No, if you're being truthful, then
Hero point to lie to the children.
No. That's a hero
Wow.
point.
Jesus
That's a
Christ.
hero point.
Oh my
That's a
god.
hero point.
What is your It's a 3.
We're at
3,
6.
by the way.
I'm
We're at
positive.
7.
There you go.
Took 8 hero points.
8 hero points for him to say.
8 hero
For me to refill a hero
Missed the
point.
last one. and just to be clear, the domain of the Waybringer, the domain of Apsu, the fucking the way of your god, their fucking associated skill is diplomacy.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how much you're literally like stumbling over your words as you're trying to think of the right words.
My
And then
word.
finally,
I can have a conversation with my father and we'll get your orphanage nice and running. I promise.
Way.
Yes.
and they start like tearing up and kind of like hugging each other, and they start hugging you by the legs, and it's like it's literally you start to like crumble
gift.
over the weight of all these small humanoid-sized cat people.
Oh.
It's very warm and fuzzy. You're if it wasn't for the mission at hand, you'd really enjoy this.
I can't believe the entire chat log is
Children.
just Brimstone's rolls.
Children. Hold on.
Also-
To get them off me, I reach into my pack.
You have yarn.
I bring out a jar of pickles.
Oh
you did
my
take this,
Should
didn't
we
you?
check the pickles to make sure they're not like laced with something? Because we did
use
steal these off
diplomacy.
some
The
guys.
dudes were eating them.
Use
They weren't
diplomacy on the pickles.
they-
Didn't
they
one of
weren't
us eat
stolen.
one of the
You can't
pickles?
steal something
Or
from a
they're
dead
fine,
person.
right? Who ate the pickle? One of us did, right?
I think it was
Not me, I
Kestrel.
just punched
Kestrel
Kestrel's-
poured pickle juice all over his piss-stained cloak. For
I have
some
the piss pickle cloak.
Yes, speaking of
It's the
that,
worst thing.
Matilda kind of like leans over to you, Castro, and kind of like grabs your cloak and like like almost kind of brings you up to her, like grabbing your cloak and just goes, "Want me to put this to wash?"
Yes. It
Okay.
seemed like a good idea at the time because I wanted to
Alrighty.
look. I wanted to try to blend in, but now I just smell like pickles and piss.
So she nods, and then she takes your cloak off of you, and then goes over to where there's an
It's not even
obvious
my
like.
cloak. I stole it off a dead guy.
She takes the cloak off of you and goes over to like a pile of clothes in the corner of the bar, which is like a bunch of dirty clothes from the orphans, and just adds it to the pile. I'll get this done
Hey.
this evening. Don't worry.
That is fine. Thank you.
I want to say at this point, I finished my 10 minutes of prayer, and I'm gonna go over and try to help Brim come out of his
prison.
and yes,
It's
the
a
prison.
pile. It's a pile of cat children with an arm holding out of it, holding pickles. Like, there's not much to save.
Save the pickles. Save the pickles.
They do
I-
save the
I-
pickles,
Treat
and they
ones on
kind of
yourself,
like
too.
crawl off of you, and start like trying to open up the
1, 2,
pickles.
10 hit points back.
Taking it just a little too long to open it up. And,
Okay,
Williams, could you?
Very reasonable wine, also.
Here, yeah, I'll open the pickle jar for the kids.
alrighty. Roll me a flat check,
For the pickle jar.
which is just a flat
Strength.
d20.
Okay.
Slash roll d20.
Or I could just go to the thing and do.
Click the button. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Why do you
You
suck
also-
pickles?
you
Hero
also
point.
take.
Are you
you
hero
were like-
point for the pickle jar?
Hero point.
Okay.
Hero point.
Are you gonna hero point the pickle jar?
Wow. Hero point.
Yes. Yes.
Consistently.
Thank you.
Yay.
Alrighty. So all those hero points that someone donated to you are gone.
Did you just spend 5 hero points on a pickle jar?
Open a fucking pickle jar for the
It
children.
probably
Yes.
wasn't worth it.
I would say this
you
is
grab the
more-
pickle jar and like there's like a combat in your mind. Again, the forces that were in your dream pull you to and fro, left and right, until finally your mind just makes up its mind and you crack open the fucking jar of
A
pickles.
second vein.
I used
once on
6 hero
Requiem's
points
forehead.
to open up a fucking pickle jar for orphans. Okay,
I used
so
8 to promise that I would talk to my dad.
I'm gonna go ahead and just. So I open the pickle jar. I'm gonna go. There you go, guys. Also, which one of you guys was hurt? I'm assuming it's the one who looks like they're burned. Come over here, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna use my lay on hands on them, and then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say,
well,
"Good luck,
first-
Brim," and
No,
then go back and pray.
well, hold on. They're scared, so roll me diplomacy.
Okay. Please. Yes.
Hey!
They
Look at
they,
that.
they see how like they're way more used to humans, and they see that you have like kind eyes, and you know they've seen you like
And you
heal,
And pickles.
Pickle
and
jars.
they've also seen you like heal up ages, and they're like, if you don't mind, and like they kind of like they and like they're really singed the fuck up.
All right. Come over here, little one. And I just lay my hand on their shoulder. I use my healing, and then I look at the other one and go, "Give me 10 minutes. Eat a pickle in the meantime, and I'll be right back."
Don't let the
And
pickle
they
touch
do
the
exactly
burns.
that, and by this point about 2 hours have passed, and you finally got about most of everyone patched up except for Dipped, because fuck Dipped. So
Well, Dipped can just use a medicine check on herself.
yeah,
I
that's
could.
true.
Get-
But I have to wait an hour.
We
Well, no.
know that
I'd have to wait an
hours
hour
is
to
do
heal
it.
Aegis, right?
Aegis is
Yeah, you have
immune
to-
to
you-
healing for 1 hour.
Yeah, Aegis is immune to your healing for 1 hour. You can still do it on
Is
yourself.
it just dips? I thought it was just immune to treat wounds in general.
I think it's just mine.
I think it's in general, because otherwise we could all just like rotate, heal each other like 5 times, which would be really powerful.
Now I do only have a +4 to that, so I wouldn't suggest that strategy.
But I believe you're immune to treat wounds.
It does say treat wounds action, so it's everyone's. Yeah.
Correct. So basically, every hour you can spend everyone can spend 10 minutes trying to be healed by a treat wounds, which Dipped in Brim both have like +7 or +8 to.
Yeah.
So we really can lean into that instead of only having Requiems do it.
I mean,
like we can kind of do both.
I did heal
We
more
got
than
the
he
double
did.
dip. Yeah, well, because I mean, his is just guaranteed. If you
Yeah,
fail a roll
versus-
healing, it'll either
versus me
drop
cutting
or-
you open on accident.
Yeah. So we can kind of do a combination, you know, a little,
Yeah.
little some of this, little some of that.
So Dipped, roll me a medicine check to see how you heal yourself.
It will not be as good as the last one.
It
was close.
It's a 21. It doesn't critically succeed, but it does succeed. So roll me a 2d8.
Roll. That's fine.
Okay, that's 8 points of not damage.
8 points of negative damage.
Well, no, you're not Dampier. You don't get healed by negative damage. But
What
you
is
are-
negative?
Yeah.
Healing,
So-
not negative damage.
So you do heal up, and all right,
Close enough.
everyone's good. Everyone's healed up.
I'm also Well, I need to do lay on hands one more time for myself. So 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Fine.
I'm sorry. All right, now I'm good.
They start to climb you as you're like doing your last prayer.
All right, so has Luna come back at this point?
Luna's like just kind of like laughing as as the children have been swarming, but she's back at the bar.
Izzy, did you say this place has water?
I mean,
Yes.
yes.
How much
Probably.
does the water cost?
Did you just ask if this restaurant has water?
The water costs nothing. Do you want to order a thing
Yes.
of water?
I need to inspect the water.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, this is the lower layer. It is full of minerals. It is not the cleanest water you can get your hands on.
This boat's ill.
You know, Kestrel 3/4 of a bottle away through a bottle of wine at this point. It's like, good kids.
Hey,
What
roll me a fortitude save real quick.
Oh boy.
If you're 3/4 of the way through a bottle, I need.
It's been like 2 hours.
Come on.
Alcohol save. Alcohol save.
Yeah, you're good. So you're going through the bottle pretty nicely.
It's
Luna's-
okay.
A generous bestowal.
It's the okayest wine I've ever
we
had.
got $15. Let me check. From
I assume to the fools
from
that
Doom
just
Knight
spent all their points.
013. Also, Alt Tab backspace. Also donated $9. I missed that. 8 hero points to Brim and 1 villain point because. And also, Healer 7 and Prince 8 for hero points. So I'm guessing that's
Those are the
Dipped.
same person.
No, it's
No.
Yeah, the prince hasn't healed for it.
Seven-
So Ava's getting
7
6.
for Dip. Oh wait, well no, that is true.
No,
Healer
it's
is
probably
David
for Quinn,
Requiem.
right?
It's probably for
Yeah.
Quinn. So 7 for
Because-
Quinn, 8 for
Thank-
Brim.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
now I'll be real. I don't need them as much as he had yet.
Yeah, you have an excess.
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't say an excess. I have a
You have an
lesser
excess.
than I'd be comfortable with amount. Give me the 50 and then I'll be fine.
Oh,
Excess
fuck
is
you.
100.
You have
Anyways,
18.
So Luna's like sitting there expectingly. It's like, all right. So what brings you here? You said something about way of blue soul or something.
Something like that. There is a. Why were we sent down here again? It's been a couple weeks.
Way of the Cobalt Soul. A
Now-
just says with the exact same tone and intonation as last time.
Cobalt soul. Thank you very much. I thought it
That we
was
might
something
want to
more.
be Aegis. We may want to be quiet about that name. The last time you said that,
Why?
out loud,
Is it
we were
illegal?
attacked.
All right.
We were attacked by flaming rats.
It summons rats? Way of the Cobalt
It's-
Soul. Aegis begins
some-
scanning the floor for rats.
It
All right,
summons
roll
people
me a
who summon
perception check.
rats.
I mean, there probably are rats here.
And if they were rats, they've long since scurried away.
I
You've
don't
evaded
see
him.
any rats. Maybe it only works sometimes.
Inconsistent
We
should-
rat.
You say
More
as,
testing will be
tested.
needed.
you say as a rat starts climbing you, and then just kind of like goes back down, you unnoticed.
Terrifying.
Okay.
Yes.
So just
So
to
we're
give you-
looking for this organization. If I'm asking you, Kestrel was not asking Luna. I am asking you, Ezi Kieru.
Yeah.
We're looking for these guys because we think they have a part of the thing, right?
Yep. So you're trying
A
to find
part
the
of
parts
the
of
wizard
Jamala, the
body.
arc.
Jamala.
Jamala, the arc wizard. You're trying to find their body parts, kind of like JoJo Part 7, yada yada. And
Right,
you
yes.
have suspicions that there is a body part here in Orfang, and you got called for a quest by the city guard and the church of trying to find some missing people, because the missing people have it's been climbing up beyond expectations. And
Okay, so we're
they
looking
found
for the way
a-
of the
they
We're
found-
looking for the
yeah.
way of the Kobold Soul people because there are missing people, and the church and the city think that they are involved.
Yeah,
Correct.
So it is
Okay.
it is the
Because
best.
there's like evidence left of them.
Yeah. It was a shittily drawn note saying the way of the
That said,
Cobalt
way of the
Soul.
Cobalt Soul.
Come meet us in the lower layer. We'll find you. So
Also, as a quick aside,
Yep.
I apologize for my incompetence, but did I get hero points towards the start of the stream, or did I imagine that?
you
because
got-
I didn't-
you-
I
you
didn't
got
write
the-
anything down.
You got the 10 from Dead King Zealot.
Yes,
Yes.
that sounds right. All right, I have now recorded them. Apologies.
It's cool.
I distracted
You,
thinking
you
of
should
it.
have
Okay.
22 now.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
So now that Super Ninja is caught up, Kestrel says to Luna, "We're down here looking into some missing persons incidents. It doesn't seem like, based on what I've seen, something your organization does. So,
Kidnapping is illegal,
No, we
Yes.
we typically
but
try
going
to
missing is not.
we tend to try to help those who are in need, so we don't typically like to do the whole human trafficking thing. It's not
Right.
it's unbecoming
that-
of a decent thief.
No, that doesn't. I'm
A
with you.
decent
That
what?
doesn't seem like seem like your racket. Hey, just turn your ears off for a second. That's a thing you can do probably.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I
the music stopped. I got really concerned.
That's
Oh.
because I
Uh-oh.
get his ears turned off. He's the
Discord.
jukebox.
Oh, Discord froze. Okay.
oh,
nice,
weird.
nice.
so
The timing of that concerned me greatly. I thought you muted me or something.
no
I was tempted to immediately deafen myself.
Have you
What?
heard anything about missing persons around here recently?
Mm, we've noticed some people being gone, yes. We don't know where they went. The lower layer is by far the largest layer. It's where everyone
Right.
basically lives.
That's
but
concentric circles.
the problem lies in trying to find them, and even given even more expansive. She kind of like leans up to you and kind of like pulls you over and whispers into your ear. It's like, it's the tunnels. And she kind of like leans back and just goes, well,
Mr. Kieru, do the
Oh.
thing.
hey, if you want to
She
support
leans
the
back and says, "Mr. Kier."
Do the thing.
Hey,
Oh,
if
God,
you want to
please
help
stop.
support the show, please donate to us. It helps support me and keeps the show running. If you wish to help contribute to the story of Dumbskulls in the world of Zotera, you can do it a couple different ways. You can name an NPC in which the world will be sprinkled by your different NPCs' names. You can find that in the description, as well as granting one of our PCs or myself yourself a hero/villain point. That would help us re-roll, and if they get into a situation where they are dying, they can spend all of their hero points in order to revive themselves. That is the mechanic I'm reminding y'all about. So,
That
Yeah,
disturbs
but I
me.
need those
It
points to
seems like you're
tumble.
trying to kill us later.
I'm
I
just
see.
saying, you have the possibility of getting back up to 1 hit point at any given point. I'm just letting you know. So that's how you can do this thing. Anyways, Luna just kind of sits back. Basically,
So
it's
she says the tunnels.
there's a lot of places that a lot of bad people can hide. So I would need time to find this cobalt soul. I would personally like to give them some payback for their transgressions.
We'll do whatever we'll do whatever we can to help.
But
Of course.
I don't do services for free.
Of course.
I need 2 things from you if we are going to be business partners. Especially concerning
I'm always looking
you.
to network.
And she kind of leans up and points to Brim. Considering how high on the food chain you are, I would
We should stop bringing
very
them with us.
appreciate this partnership, but we have our own priorities. The first one, as you're searching out in the tunnels, we've already have a few people looking out, but one of the orphans is missing.
Oh.
Oh no, that's not good.
It's not good at all.
I have a feeling that this cobalt soul might have snuck away with them, and I am not too happy. If you can find them, I would appreciate it.
We'll
I mean,
do
we
our
are here
best.
looking for missing people. Doesn't seem too far of a stretch to find another orphan.
You said the orphan was in the tunnels?
If the cobalt soul is in the tunnels, then they might have.
And that would
Karma.
be your that would be your best guess.
That would be our best guess, and we'll find the most precise location while you're doing the other thing.
Okay.
But look out for another of my breed of catfolk, little Karma. She needs to get back home. She's very important to me.
What was the last time you saw her?
She was over at the orphanage, playing around with some kids. Everyone was supposed to come back home for dinner, and she didn't come back. The other kids don't remember where she went. Maybe she was, enticed to follow along. I have no idea. We've been trying to find her for a couple days now, but no luck.
Do you think she could have been taken by this way of the cobalt soul?
That's what I'm hoping.
Well, not hope. Well, it would just make it easier.
We know what she means, Castro.
Yes. Listen, the wine.
Yeah, you might want to stop drinking that.
But there's only a quarter left.
Remember what happened to me?
Dipped punch Castro.
I know how to pace myself.
Okay, well,
I apply pressure
Discord
with
has lagged
my,
out for
like-
me again.
I apply pressure to the side of Castro
It is-
so I
nope,
can knock
nope.
him off his stool.
Fascinating.
Roll a.
That's
the
gonna be
fist-
strength, right?
Roll
We're
the
back,
fist.
okay.
No, roll the fist attack on the. On your-
Fist.
What
I found fist. I'm trying to
What
push you
hap-
off.
Would
Why?
this be an athletics check for push?
I'm clicking on fist and it's doing nothing. Oh wait, is it the attack section on fist? There it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah,
First
I
one.
have to-
yeah, you're pushed.
Do-
I'm gonna
do
say
I
it
have-
does
do
no
I- no, no, no,
damage, but
No, shut up. Do I notice it?
do you
Nimble dodge.
roll?
Exactly.
No.
I mean, I'm pushing him, not punching him, just to see how his balance
look,
is.
last
doing
time we
after-
pushed someone in the party, I got bit by Snookers, so I would say this is a dangerous game.
there is no
I'll roll a
schnook to be
perception
had.
check. Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
maybe.
You
Bro, nibble
noticed.
dodge. I nibble dodge. I see your tiny hands and like sidestep out of the way.
How
Aha,
dare you
nice
dodge
try.
my gremlin hand?
Okay.
Nice try.
Alrighty. So that's all. She's just like, all right, enough horsing around. The other thing you need to do, and this will have to happen before because it will take a few days for me to commence my search. So you need to
Right.
play your part. We need fish.
Fish.
We need fish to feed the orphans. We're running low on supply.
How long will the pickles I gave you hold them out for?
Not even a day. We need 3 square
It
meals.
is
This
a
is fair.
single jar of pickles.
This is fair. We should have brought more.
You should have brought more.
Should have
But no,
stolen more from those
we
corpses.
need. I'm gonna just tell you straight. We need a whole month's worth.
Ooh,
That could be arranged.
that's a lot of fish.
I think we already know somebody who
That's a lot of fish.
did something for us after our first adventure that we might be able to coerce into
Oops.
giving us food.
Who?
The
party-
lady in the
The guild, yeah.
Oh, Mamma Mia or whatever.
Oh,
Mama
you have
Pasta's a
point.
different person.
I'm
No,
a
no,
chef.
no.
I remember. I'm a chef in real
chef.
life. I remember every character that involves food. Shut up.
I'll take.
Oh,
What
there
was
I
her
liked
name?
her. She
Remember-
was fun.
Does this mean you know every Food's character by heart?
Now,
Kinda?
do you remember their name, Quinn?
I don't.
Aegis does.
Uh,
Aegis has no idea what's happening because they can't hear anything.
Oh yeah.
right.
Someone turn
Forgot.
Aegis' ears back on.
How are we
Right.
supposed to tell if he can't hear us?
I hop down from the stool and poke him in the knee. And make motions by my ear.
Yes, hello, dipped.
Like
Has
the
he turned
freaking
his
Captain
ears back on?
Sparkles like voice.
Hello, my.
Oh
well,
yes, hello
what's
there,
up?
Dip. How are you doing?
Welcome back to my Let's Play of Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Christ.
This episode we go fishing.
Do
For
you
2
need
hours.
something?
Are your ears back on? I can't.
Aegis continues staring at you.
I make motions by my ears wherever they may be. I don't know where Leshy ears are or Undine ears, whichever.
Aegis nods knowingly, then
In the
proceeds to
same-
make the same motion on Dip's head with
No.
The Leshy would probably not have like outward ears, but they would be nearby where they would be. They would just kind of like. They wouldn't be like
I
outer
guess.
ears. They'd be like inner ears, you know.
See, I can't believe you've made me think about the horrible quandary of where cat girls' ears are, whether they have 4 or 2 ears.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
valid.
shut up.
So already, so Luna. Is
I
like,
write down on a piece of fucking scrap paper, turn your ears back on and hand it to Aegis.
Aegis reads it and turns their ears back
Oh,
on.
okay. I get back
Ah.
on my stool.
Thank you. It was getting
welcome.
lonely.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. What are we talking about?
So we're trying to arrange
Fish.
food. Yeah. So I believe I
Like Eat Freef could have.
who?
Yes.
Yes, possibly.
Requiems, do you not remember Eat Free?
He was pretty tanked that night.
No.
Mr.
Shame on
Temple.
you.
as
Who
as
is
a
it?
as a reminder
Oh.
for Quinn, Eat Freef is the name of the cooking guild in the Artisan's Haven. And if only you knew who ran that particular cooking guild, and also is the head of the entirety of Artisan's Haven.
Yeah, Vana Vimilier.
Vana Food Fighter Viamila.
Yes, Turd. We know somebody
Vana.
who maybe we can talk to get you guys a month's worth of food.
A food warrior.
Fish specifically.
Vana, food fighter. Last name I forgot.
The food warrior.
Well,
Livia, yes,
if,
yes.
if you have contacts, we would appreciate it. It's going to be an expensive venture, though. by our calculations, it would take about what was the number, Matilda? It would be about 22 gold pieces. Yes,
I do
it's
not
well,
have
it's a month's worth of food, but we need it for the orphanage, and as much as we like you, we need the food for the orphans first and foremost.
Brim opens his coin pouch. There's nothing inside.
Does he do the thing where he just holds it up upside down and just like some lint falls out?
Requiem opens up his pouch and remembers he has nothing and sees a moth fly out.
So Luna like nods and like, well, if you don't have the money, you can always find a wealthy benefactor and take out a personal loan, if you know what I mean.
I guess
The
turn your
interest
ears
rates
off.
And then as she says that, one of the little orphan kids comes up and like, you mean from a bank? And be like, yes, we'll talk later, okay? And it's like, oh, all right. But,
We could.
I catch your drift.
all right.
Do you know any bankers who would have this sort of loan credentials?
She kind of like looks at you kind of puzzled and be like, shouldn't you be experienced? I thought we were of the
hold on,
same breed.
Do I know anybody I can steal fish from, Ezekiel?
We've all been to a bank. The
Well-
Japan National Bank.
Well, I'm gonna say if you want to know, if you have specifically fish, probably not. Just gold in general, which was what she was implying.
I see.
Probably.
Oh, that would be much easier.
Wait, did you not get that?
No, I thought. I was thinking fish heist.
I like to think that like she says this right in front of his face and he just stares back blankly.
Yes. Time
Like,
to steal one
Like,
month of
Aegis
fish.
doesn't know what that means. That's because Aegis is dumb.
Kester was really on the idea of a fish heist.
Kestrel's slightly
would
buzzed to
support
drinking
fish
an entire bottle of wine and is now thinking about fish heist.
Well, I mean, just with fish heist, that means I could finally use my talk to wild animals skill. Time to talk the fish into the net.
Castro finally realizes what's going on. Oh yes, I see. Yes, yeah, I could find somebody willing to contribute to this cause.
I would appreciate that.
We could make flyers.
well,
Could make flyers. That's a genius
that is
idea.
possible. But you come back when you have the fish, and in the meanwhile, I will commence my search, and hopefully we will come to an understanding with one another.
Castro
Right?
realizes there's not a single person in this party he can talk to about how to do this. We have two members of the church, somebody who will just send me to jail, and a child.
Not a child. But you don't know that.
Dipped is just very small.
And a child.
No.
Dipped
I
has never
have-
corrected me.
I've clarified how old she is several times. It's just not in a normal time measurement.
Don't you just say it in Undyne though? That doesn't really. help.
No, I said it's like something like turns of the tide or whatever.
Ah, yes. You said
It's-
something
I-
that was nothing.
Yeah, it's something that's it's a different culture, Joshua. This is how cultures work. They measure times different, like on Hawaii.
Like
No.
on Hawaii.
Wait,
That's time zones,
what?
isn't it?
That's time zones. That's not like a
No.
different.
No.
Actually, time zones are fucking universal. What the hell are you talking about?
Let me tell you about the half-hour time zone over in the Middle East. Anyway.
That's still a time zone.
Yes.
It's not like you go to Hawaii and they're like, yes, we drain coconuts for our time gauge.
Ah, yes, our
They still
time
have
zones.
clocks.
Our
Unless
time
I-
zones, which correlate to the systematic calendar that is determined by the
unless
fucking
I've been
planets.
lying, unless I've been lied to, they track time on Hawaii full moon.
Rhythmbots doesn't seem to be working. I'm very
Unless
mad
I
about
put
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I did notice that cut out, but I wasn't sure if it was me because I've crashed several times.
So I'm
already.
gonna just disconnect Rhythmbot and just play it on my end. So let me just
Kill
go and do
the
that.
Alright.
That works.
In the meantime, we're all still having an argument about where to get the food and fish.
which may be exclusive,
Well,
mutually
what?
exclusive, but maybe not.
Well, isn't there like a whole fishmonger's part of Artisan's Haven?
I mean, there should be, or we can just take a bunch of poles and try to fish.
That sounds relaxing.
That would be.
Okay.
That'd
Wait,
be like a
wait,
name.
hold on. I
So,
look
I'm
at I look at Dipped. Dip, do you know how to fish really well?
So
Are you?
As
Contra
a-
fish.
As a question,
Mhm.
would fishing be a nature check?
It would be a nature check, but I want you all, every single last fucking one of you, to roll me a society check.
Oh no,
Ugh.
I'm not good at society.
Me.
Oof.
4.
Castrol's worse at society. Ooh. So how's your society?
Hold on.
Okay.
Pretty bad.
Oh, we live in
Brim.
Just waiting on Brim.
Hey,
Nice.
that's
Wow.
Brim,
society.
I live in a society.
Brim and
You sure
Dips,
do.
you both know this. You're at Orfang, which is a mountainous series of high plateaus that form basically a large cliffside near the oceans that surround your part of Jean
Just need a really long fishing rod.
So the capital is at the very tippy top of this this multi-layered plateau, and in terms of getting to the nearest large body of water that isn't like a self-created kind of like lake or pond, is like miles and miles down to the coast.
So we jump.
If you
Looks like
if you
Push
want to
Castro.
do that, by all means you can certainly try.
Session number 6, the gang goes fishing.
I mean, session number 6. Kestrel dies
Heist.
again.
Heist. Fish. Heist.
So we seem
Well,
to have two
We
options:
should.
It's steal fish,
Here-
push Kestrel off a cliff.
No, there's other
So-
options.
Or we could
No, no.
ask
There are no other
the
options.
food fight lady. They have fish. I'm sure
We
Gary the
guild
Food
just-
Warrior.
has access. Yes.
I have three
we sh-
particular
we
routes.
should ask them. We should ask them before we try my thing.
This is
Alrighty.
fair.
I concur.
If they
But
give
also,
us fish, there's no need for shenanigans.
there's also the problem of the missing child.
The mission fish.
Well, we're doing this to solve that.
This is fair.
We're doing this so that they can gather information, so that we can go find the missing child and the other missing people and the way of the cobalt soul, probably.
I mean,
Otherwise,
there's-
we'd be wandering around blind in
Wait, there's
literally the
technically two
biggest
missing children.
section
Hold on.
of the city.
Yeah.
There's
It's-
two missing children. There's the first one, and there's the other one. And then
Yeah.
on top of all the other people that are missing.
you talking
There are
about your
lots of missing
snake?
people.
No, no, no. Wait, my snake. Oh no!
Oh,
Is this the moment in game where he just realizes
Yep.
Snookers isn't there?
Yeah.
I thought you real.
I thought you knew.
Walked into bar. You realized last session, no, or the session before that. I
No,
Ava
thought.
no.
realized.
I-
Brim did not.
Ava noticed
Brim
last
did
Hold
not
on.
realize it.
Hold on. Can I make a note that I fully knew that he left Snookers at Wamlart and just didn't say anything until now?
Absolutely. I'm not gonna make you buy a peer point for that shit. That's great.
I assumed he
So
knew.
Brim, I didn't want to. Well, okay.
I thought he did it on purpose.
Don't be mad.
But
But Snookers is safe, but he's at Wamlart's.
Oh, I love Wamlarts.
we know you do.
I thought you. Did you mean to leave him there? Because
very close to Requiem's.
Move your
What is
token
the
to
height
reflect that.
Requiem's at this point is trying to stifle a shit-eating grin, but he's not doing it very well.
Oh right, Snookers is not on the. There you go.
Brim squints.
Wince.
He backs away, furious.
Sorry, I thought you knew. Do you want a drink?
No.
Oh, have you not finished?
No,
it?
I'll be fine.
I thought you'd feel him without that, half plate on your body, but I guess not.
This is canon laughter.
I start to slowly back away as I feel like he's about to hit me.
Oh, I mean that.
You can see sparks
No
of
fighting.
electricity kind of like surround
he
his
does
mouth
have
a
his
little
breath
bit.
ready.
No fighting in front of the children.
Yeah,
Grim goes to the children. He sits crisscross applesauce. He's very grumpy.
I can see this.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk over peacefully and just put my hand on your shoulder. Don't worry, we're heading back up there now because we have to go meet with the.
Grim
the
hits
people.
him with his tail.
Roll a fist attack.
Yeah.
Non-lethal, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, non-lethal.
-2 circumstance penalty.
No, well, fists are non-lethal by default.
Oof.
Nope.
That is nothing.
Can I flavor this?
Yep.
It hits my my half plate and then just bounces back.
It's very good armor.
We should probably get the. Well,
So what I was going to say before you
No. I get it. He gets up. Okay, we should go.
Yep, yeah,
We should go.
We should definitely go.
we will be back. I remember the way.
We'll be back, Miss Luna.
I-
And wait, what was the old woman's name?
which little one?
Granny?
No,
Just you can just call
Matilda?
her Grant.
Matilda. Yes,
Yes.
Miss Matilda.
I'm gonna-
Miss Luna. We
I
will
am going to
return.
call her Granny.
Yeah.
We'll be
France-
back, grandmother.
Fran sent
I
me
turn back.
Fran sent
Sorry,
me
go
a
ahead.
bunch of names for the orphans, which I haven't said at least. I've only said the one that's missing, which isn't related. So it's
Right.
very nice.
What is the missing kid's name?
Yeah, there you go.
Karma?
Cornwall.
Karma, like
Karma.
the good and bad karma.
Ah,
Like the
Karma.
red boy from Assassination Class.
I was gonna be like McCormick's? Like spices?
Like the
No.
grill, yes.
No.
Ironically, I'm actually going there tomorrow for my family.
Boy, what is happening?
Commandeer a
The only
grill.
one they know is the one that's missing, which is karma.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, was it Karma or Karna? Because Karma seems like an odd name.
Bye.
But
what-
Karna
what's-
would make
what-
sense?
Karna's the name of I think
Moving
it's
on.
a Sumerian
So-
god who is in Fate, which is the one reason I know. Indian, actually, I think.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, moving
So-
on. Are we going to the fish market or to Wamlart?
I
Uh,
assume we're going. I just assumed we were heading back topside.
yeah, we'll head topside. We'll go to Wamlart so Brim can get his schnookers.
I'm gonna hang out in the
Snooky
back
Wookie.
and try to see if there's anybody, perhaps wealthy and drunk that I can rob on the way up,
Okay.
just in case.
Out of
Alrighty.
curiosity, on our way back, are the pickles still there?
Well, we gave the. Yeah, that's a good
No,
point. The
the
other
front
pickles.
wheel. But the dudes
From
we
the- are the
definitely...
corpses still there?
Okay, well, we're gonna resolve all that just one by one. So, starting from y'all leaving the building and waving them goodbye, you head
Goodbye, grandmother.
you head towards past the big crowds of the kind of where the street sumo kind of broke up and
Right.
and
yeah.
then the performance and all that. You get past all that, and you do see that the bodies of the thugs have been moved away. Also, we got a donation from Alt-Tab Backspace. We got $1.
Thank you, Alt.
Very cool.
NPC Carl Human Good. He's an accountant. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Nice.
I'm Carl.
Sounds like a
Oh.
stand-up guy.
Yeah. So but they did leave behind the jars of pickles.
I did smash one of them, so I think the rest
Okay.
of them are still intact.
Yeah, there's like
Wait,
3
so
left because you took
What was
one. you
the
smashed
state of the
one.
corpses? Sorry, I zoned out.
Gone.
They're
Oh.
gone.
Gone.
I was
No
expecting
longer
them to be
here.
naked.
The-
Okay, so this is a
The
little
ci-
bit better
The
than
city
that.
guard have since taken them because you've been gone for a few hours.
We did it. We did it within eyesight of the city guard. So
The,
like,
the
I mean,
guards
it'd be
do
pretty
take
fucked up if they just let him there.
the guards
This is
do take
assuming the cops would do their job.
the cops do take note of you, and just as you start to exit, they kind of like stop you for a second and then hand you
Yeah.
some paper, Go on and fill that out and give it to the town
Oh,
guards.
paperwork. Aegis
We-
gladly accepts.
We
the
immediately
paperwork.
hand everything to Aegis. Go here.
Good.
Good
Turn
robot.
that in by
good
the end of the
robot.
day if you can.
Oh,
Does this
don't worry,
include
he'll get it done.
WX13?
Yes.
Yep,
yes.
that's the one. And I just start pushing him towards where we're heading. Just like, okay, let's go.
Alright,
go.
I wave at the guards as we leave.
Alright, they wave back at you as well, and they just kind of get back to what they were doing.
Please didn't try to shake their hands. Okay.
Alrighty, so where are y'all heading first?
Might as well run by Efreef, huh?
You gonna do eat free first?
I don't know. That's up to the. I'm asking the party.
I'm
What's
asking.
I mean-
I'm asking.
what is the close?
First,
closest?
Okay, so. Okay, so.
I do not have to. I do not have to rely on my contacts if they just give us the fish.
So, the main situation. You're heading towards Artisan's Haven. Almost everything
Yes.
is in Artisan's Haven, including Wamlarts, including Eat Freef, including all the other specialty stores you've been accompanied to. Across from Artisan's Haven is the bank, in case you need to go back there, and in between those two spots is just crowds of people going in and out of both locations, in case that's where you want to do your stealing. So
We could just take out alone.
you know, I think we could
Absolutely
probably
not.
convince Ifrit to donate the needed foodstuffs to.
Do you want
the
to take that
orphanage.
chance and have us make even more time going back to the bank than going back to Efreef?
We can just ask. There's no harm in asking if they could just give us the goddamn food.
I mean, they did throw us a huge feast because we saved one of their members.
We can ask if they have leftovers.
Or Brim, you could ask your dad if he could lend you some money.
I need to talk to him about a few things.
Yeah, weren't you going to help those orphans
You
anyway?
do make a lot of
Yes,
promises
yes.
about talking to your father.
I'm a prince. I'm destined to make promises.
Is everybody else cutting out every few minutes, or is it just
No,
me?
it's
No, just you.
No.
I think you might want to restart your Discord.
Slap your router. It's
Okay.
right there. It's on top of your computer.
That's an odd placement.
I heard if you kick it real good, it starts right back
I
up.
mean, the router is on top of
So,
their
I'm gonna
computer,
pick up
which
a
is good
sledgehammer
because it
and
has
just
their
go back.
password on it, and their password is hot garbage. Because it's
Okay.
a default one.
Did we need to know about what that
Yes.
was?
Let me start describing Soup's room while they're gone.
Okay.
No.
So what's the plan? What are y'all doing?
Why don't we just go back to Wamlarts because I like Wamlarts and we can rescue the snake.
We can go there after. I believe we should go to FE first and work out a deal with the food stuff first.
Ultimately,
Yes.
it's probably
Because if we can't convince them, then we can go and do what we need to, and then after that, we could take care of the food stuff
If
ourselves.
we can't
end up
convince
failing.
them, we'll go talk to my dad, and then we'll see how that goes.
Weren't you going to help those orphans anyway? Don't you have to
Yes,
talk to your
yes,
dad
I was
anyway?
going to help the orphans.
Was.
We're
I
going, to have to,
am.
we're going to have to swing back past the Watchmen group too. I need to distribute these papers.
All right, you all have to decide and tell me where you're going first.
We're gonna go Efreef, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you make a beeline towards Efreef, towards the other end of the of Artisan's Haven, this big open marketplace. And Efreef, they are slam ass busy. This is just about dinner time at this point. And they are just cooking up just a slew of dishes. Everyone seems to be pretty busy. You even see Chef Jean kind of running around with dishes and dirty plates and whatnot. It's like, do you need to see Ivana?
Yes, actually.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me go find her. She's dealing with some rowdy customer. Oh god! And as he says that, a body gets thrown across between you and Chef Jean. And
Can I
it's
try to
like,
catch the body on reflex?
Nibble dodge.
You nipple dodge out of the way. Roll me in athletics. Yeah, you do it. So you just kind of like reach out your arm, and then you kind of spin around with the body like a couple of times. It's like oh, and that dude's like knocked the fuck out, and Vana's like, and stay out.
What a woman.
Oh, it's like that. I'm gonna turn around and throw him even further.
All right, do another athletics. Yep, you do it, and you just send him.
I told you for a
He
fail.
just says, "Oh, thank you for catching me."
And stay out.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, how? Oh, Dom. Welcome, my good friends. What are you doing back here in Eat Free? If we, are you here for another celebration? Did you find another chef? Like, what's going on?
We need a donation.
A what?
We've come for fish.
Okay, let me explain. We need help in regards to a certain quest we're on at the moment.
All right.
We're in need of a large quantity of fish, about a month's worth.
A month's? You want me to give you a month's worth of fish?
Yes.
Look, I understand you've done us good, but that's a whole month of supply. Do you understand how much that's out of our pockets?
22 gold, one would assume.
Yeah.
She raises a finger and then she starts like flipping some fingers around, doing the math in her head, and it's like
It's that
22 gold without markup. That is the crime, the real crime here. No profit at all.
Crime.
Could we do anything to compensate for it if we don't have any gold? Which I'm sure, I look at the party, I'm sure we don't have any.
Not the one.
I gave my last to him for the deal we made, so don't even
My gold
look
is
at
in
me.
the bank.
Right.
I definitely lost it or something.
Right. Vana, is there anything that we could do for you that could maybe compensate other than gold for this month's worth of fish?
She just kind of like ponders and just looks at you for a bit. And I need you to roll me a diplomacy check.
Oh boy.
All of us?
No,
No.
specifically
Griff.
Brim, because he's the one that asked.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
She
Yeah.
she kind of
Nice.
like looks at you, and like for a minute, it's almost like she's seeing your father, standing proud, and just goes, "You know what?"
Dig him up with the fish.
And she just punches you straight in the chest. it kind of sends you like back a little bit, but like it
Can
was
I
like,
Can I catch Brim if he gets sent flying?
roll me a reflex save.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. That's a weak one for most people.
Yeah, no.
Fuck.
Yeah, you just kind of look as she tumbles like backwards.
Can I roll a
And
reflex?
stay out.
I'm gonna say it's been done, but like she clearly wasn't doing it maliciously. She was doing it like as a way of pride. So like, you know what? I like you, and you did save Jean. So I'll do this for you if you do me a favor.
Anything.
All right. And she kind of like gathers you up all into like a bunch. And she kind of points towards the entrance of Artisan's Haven, and you see a cloaked figure over there.
Uh-oh.
She points at
Do they
specifically.
look familiar?
Roll me a society check.
Oh.
Nope.
No, you've never seen this person before. Requiem's they seem like they're from the lower layer. You've never
Yeah.
seen this person before. You've never seen this person before.
Yep.
Nobody is.
And please don't roll unless I ask, please.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. But Requiem, you do like kind of tell this person seems like the type of individual you would have seen in the lower layer, like a really kind of poor looking, kind of suspicious looking person. And she points to that person and just goes, "Look, this I've known this person since we were in the academy, right? And I don't want to, like, they partake in parts of the food community that's less than agreeable with the gods. And I can't do anything about I can't do
Cannibalism.
anything about it because I'm on the council. If word got out that I was helping around criminal individuals, even my personal friends from back when, I'd be in a lot of political backwater, So
Right.
I want you to help me out here.
Kill him.
No.
Okay.
And she rears back a fist real quick, and just like, don't do it, Vanna. You only got one punch in today, twice if you count the guy. So I want you to help him. I want
Astro
you to
feels really
go over
self-worth
to him,
suddenly.
ask him what he wants, help him out, and I have a suspicion, knowing him and what he partakes in, he'll have what you want.
Fish?
Probably.
Okay.
She doesn't even look at you, Dip. She just she's like one-on-one looking at Castro, just like probably. So
I can't believe she's talking over me. How rude.
it's kind of hard not to talk over you. I'm a Goliath and you're like a shorty.
Jesus.
So
It'd be like that.
unless you need anything else, I gotta get back. We're in dinner rush mode. I would
Sounds good.
suggest resting a little bit before talking to him. I have a feeling whatever he has cooking up is probably going to be a bit rough.
It's going to need spell slots, yes.
Should we probably, well, Vanna, would you suggest that we regroup with ourselves before we engage?
Probably, if
Okay.
you can rest and take care of yourselves, maybe he'll be around here early tomorrow. I would suggest you get your rest and figure it out, and we'll talk then. Okay?
Sounds good.
Good.
Dumbskulls to Whamlocks!
Requiem literally puts his hand in his face as he says, like, when he said that, I'm just like,
Away!
We have a snake
just-
to save.
Aegis immediately takes point on going to Whamlords.
Alright, so you take point
As
going
we
landlords.
exit the building, I shout, and stay out!
As you all leave, and you kind of pass the dude that was causing trouble, he's still knocked the clean fuck out, his ass in the air, and you go over
get the
to the
photos.
big old entrance of Whamlart's General Goods Store Emporium, now featuring adventuring stuffs, all plastered there on the wood sign, and yeah, you all just walk in.
Castrol doesn't.
I look for schnookers.
Alrighty.
Aegis has already extended a hand looking for a handshake.
Castrol's waiting outside.
So, Kestrel, you stay back, kind of keeping an eye on things as the other four of you enter.
That's the reason.
And it doesn't take you long to find Schnookers because Whamlard is up on a ladder, balancing an assortment of things on top of Schnookers' snoot.
Oh no!
It's like a frying pan and like a healer's kit and like some bowling pins and
Wait.
Whamlord! Another Whamlord
This-
side and
this Requiem
like-
is
this
on
is-
the floor laughing.
this is like a central display that he's like, and this is like a pretty tall ladder for a pretty big building, and he's like just about to put like a small commemorative Whamlord figurine at the very tippy top, as he kind of looks up. Oh shoot! I didn't know my favorite customers were gonna come back around again. How the
Whamlord, what are
hell
you doing
been
with my
keeping?
snake? What are you doing with my snake,
We're
Whamlord?
good, Whamlart.
Well, I'll be right down in a few minutes. I just got a few more things. Oh, hey,
Oh,
if you want to
this
help
is playing over
support,
the intercom.
Okay. Hey, if you want to help support the show, be sure to donate if you have the ability to. You can do so one or two ways. You can donate to name an NPC, which will scatter around the world of Dumbskulls and Zotera. You can also donate to grant one of our 5 player characters a hero point, which they can use to re-roll failed saves or ability checks or attack rolls, or they can spend all of them in order to make themselves not die anymore. You can do either of that. Any amount is appreciated. All of this goes to help support the show. Thank you. So Wamlart is kind of balancing it all out, and Schnookers is just kind of sitting there, like she's really wanting to go out and like go to you, but like you can see like how like unsteady this Jenga tower of merchandise is.
What are you?
I
What do you-
rush up to meet Wamlard as he exits the ladder so I can shake his hand.
Well, and then he just kind of like leans the ladder up against the wall and shakes your hand, like, well, I was just doing inventory here, and I noticed this big old snake was left here, and they seem pretty competent at being a storefront individual. So I started just kind of balancing things on his little nose there, and that started to bring in a couple customers. So I just did more and more, and I mean, we were packed there for a good couple hours. And
You have such a great entrepreneurial mind, Wamlard. You should write a book.
oh shoot! How'd you know I was writing a book?
You are so wise.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the first word. I think it's gonna be the.
I love it.
Hey,
And I
Wamlard, I
pre-order
just,
a copy when you have the draft.
I will do so. Just try not to violate the copyright laws or anything like that. You know.
I would rather
I hear those are pretty tough.
violate copyright laws.
okay, so I'm gonna step between Brim and Wamlar just to make sure nothing happens. Okay, so we need to take Schnookers back. But I need to ask you a question, if you're willing. Is Schnookers gonna be properly compensated for his time and helping you bring in sales?
Yes.
Well, you know what? That is fair. I didn't exactly expect this to be an owned individual, though I should probably report this to the guards to see if.
No. Hey, listen. I peek over Requiem. Listen, I'm Brimstone, Prince of the Stone family. You may know my father.
You sure the fuck are.
Yeah. Now, as you see, this is Schnookers 2, formerly known as Snake.
I was just calling him Rattles.
Brim holds back a giant loogie in his throat to spit on him, but doesn't. Anyways,
Is it even a rattlesnake?
Mr. Wamlard.
He's nowhere near Rattlesnake. Not even a one.
Mr. Wamlard, my snake is a very valuable individual. As you can see from the cosmos in their eyes, they are very unique in their individuality. So what I am asking for, he holds his hand out, 30 gold.
You know how many damn fish I can get with 30 goddamn gold?
Yes, that's the point, Mr. Waddle.
About a month and a half, I believe. No. Okay. I put Brim's hand down.
It is
He means
1.363636 months worth of fish.
Okay, so Mr. Wemblad, he was an employee, but also a mascot. That is 2 jobs in one, which is double the work. I would assume
Laws do not cover snakes.
that this brought in enough sales that you made quite a bit, probably over, I'd say 80, and I think
50
five gold would be a good compensation
50
for
gold.
us. Shut up!
Yes, 50 gold, 50 gold.
Let me take a look at my income earned chart to see if that's fair compensation.
We will. I think 10% of whatever your income chart is would be good.
I don't know if you want
Daily
10%
sales
of the
are
income chart, because the income chart's how much y'all make per day usually as PCs. We usually capped it off at well, the task level of this metropolis would be about level 10, but technically that was too much gold y'all were earning as level 2 characters. So I'm going to say that would be about, as a trained individual, about 3 silver pieces if it was a success, which this was more or less like a critical success.
To be in a display?
So I would say that would be 5 silver pieces, and since this was a double job opportunity, that would be a single gold piece. And it just kind of like
You guys have vastly underestimated.
he
how
kind of
much
like
gold-
wriggles through his pockets for like a good second and like pulls out like a gold piece with like a chunk of lint on it, kind of bites off the lint, and then just flips you the coin.
I'm gonna stop him right there and go. Actually, can you give us 10 silver pieces instead?
Why do you need
What?
10
Why?
silver pieces?
Just trust me on this one.
All right.
Okay.
I lean in Requiem's. What are you doing?
Shut up. 10 silver pieces, please.
I'll need the gold piece back if you don't mind.
There you go.
Thank you. And he kind of claps
Thought
his
you were gonna
hand.
try to
he
Abbott
takes the gold.
Costello him for a
He
second.
takes the fucking gold piece, claps his hands together, and then pulls them apart, and it's 10 silver pieces.
Okay, I'm gonna reach my hand out. Can I have the pieces, please? And I'll.
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you. I take 5. I give 5 to Brim. You're welcome.
And
I
he just
walk away.
begins visibly shaking with excitement.
I now have 5 silver pieces because I was part of the negotiations for
I
that.
approach. I reluctantly take the coins. I put them in my pouch.
Whamlords is the coolest person I've ever.
All right. Well, give me a second, and he starts like surrounding Schnookers with wheelbarrows and be like, all right, just as we practice. And Schnookers throws all the merchandise off of its nose. It all kind of like scatters up into the air and then perfectly falls into all the wheelbarrows.
He just claps.
Brim crouches down. Psst, 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 psst.
And they slither over to you. They
Aw.
can't go on you because they're a small creature, but they're near you.
I
And
give
it-
them scritch scratches.
already. And it looks at you in its eyes, the infinite cosmos spanning decades and decades of internal time within your brain, and it just one sentence reaches out: "Don't you ever fucking leave me again."
I'm never going to get used to that.
Yeah, you feel more and more old every time you talk to Stickers.
And you shouldn't talk to the snake.
Okay,
But
at this
why?
point,
It's so
I'm gonna
cute.
say, at this point I'm gonna say I have already walked out of the building and said, all right, I'll see you later. Oh, good luck.
Oh hey, Requiems, how'd it go?
Good. I made 5 silver off of it from Schnooker's work because I was good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, way to extort that snake.
Oh no, he earned it, and I did too by convincing him that he was working.
You convincing the snake?
No, Whamlard.
Oh, I see. Makes perfect
Alrighty, so
Now I can eat.
you
sense.
sure,
Hooray!
you sure
Well,
can.
everyone loves to eat.
Bye,
Alright.
Ramlock.
You just gotta leave. and everyone's out there.
Hooray!
So
So we're gonna rest for a
Begrudgingly
day
leave
and then
Whamlords.
So-
is the plan to just rest and then come back tomorrow and deal with whatever that
Speak
fool's
with
name
the
is?
spooky
Problems.
man.
Correct.
I concur. Yes.
Dwarf on a pig. Dwarf on a
Fauna
pig.
pig. Dwarf fauna.
We should go to a different restaurant.
No!
100% of our 50% of our restaurant time has been dwarf and
Schnookers.
pigs.
That is where Schnookers was
Dwarf
born.
fauna
We
pig's
must
also
stay there.
in where we can stay.
That's also where I got drunk and went on an adventure.
Yeah, you're not going to the bar.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, that's when I got stabbed to death.
technically you ate within the confines of Eat Free, which was the entire cooking guild. You had drinks over at fucking Dwarf on a Pig.
Yes.
Actually, that's
Yeah.
a good point. If I would have stabbed to death there, maybe I get the discount.
Well, that depends if Rupert's there, but I get. Hey, well. Oh wait, crap. We gotta go drop off the paperwork.
We do need to visit Rupert.
He is the captain of the guard. If he's
Watchmaster
at work, we
is
can
his
just give it
title.
to him.
Oh
know
yeah,
what?
we could just leave it in his office over at Dwarf and a Pig. Yeah, you're right.
Allow me to hold on, Aegis. Do you have my version of the report?
What do you mean your version of the report?
How many
I have
reports?
the version I filled out, which is factually correct.
Oh, give me that, please.
Why?
I need to write something down.
Is it true?
Yes, it is true.
Well, then it is already written down. I am
No.
very thorough.
No, Aegis, it's a request. It's a request.
Well, what is the request? I can fact check it for you.
What? No!
But I have immaculate handwriting.
You know what?
should
You have a
dictate
point.
it.
You have a point. All right.
Aegis was
Aegis,
the
I
one
wish
that
for you to
filled
write
out the
down
report
exactly
for
as I
Town
say.
Guard.
You ready?
But
Okay.
The thing is, he's
Father.
detailing everything is factually correct.
I need to
I'll lean
see
over
you
to Brim
for
and
a
go,
meeting.
"Don't
Which
you mean
includes
your daddy?"
them
I
dealing
need to
with
see you for a
the
meeting.
criminals. And all of
Please
that, and
make
allocations
haste.
And everything. So
Please
everyone
make haste.
realized that they're
Your
like,
loving
"Oh,
son,
can we see
Your
the note?"
loving
Like,
son.
no.
Brimmy.
Because I am like, it's true. Like,
I-E or Y?
It's like it is factually there. And
I
I
like,
actually have
see.
never seen it spelled.
The report's
I
factually
see.
correct.
I'll assume Y.
Oh god.
There you
The
go.
forbidden letter.
Grimmy Stony.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wimmerson.
And just right after that, just write down ooh woo.
What is that?
Yes, what is that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh yes, I know that one.
Aegis has recorded this in the miscellaneous notes subsection.
Oh, I
of-
might have been talking over y'all while that was happening. Could you just give a summation of what happens?
We left a note for Daddy.
Yeah.
A note
I left
for
a note.
father.
A note for father that I need to
Aegis was
see him.
dictated a note, which Aegis recorded in the miscellaneous notes
Did
section. as
okay,
proper.
Brim? Did you say this? So you said this out loud to Aegis, right?
Yes.
Correct.
I'm gonna say you probably should tell him where to meet you.
Trust me, he'll find us.
Am I done dictating?
Yes, you are done.
Okay.
So where are you?
Does
Alright.
anyone else have fun notes to add? I have 3 more pages of blank space. that I
No,
can
no,
record
we
additional
should
miscellaneous
probably
facts.
go and
Do
report
we
that
want
in.
to discuss more about the cat criminals?
No,
Uh,
no, that is something we should leave out. Aegis.
Wait, if we let Aegis write everything, we should
hold up.
probably proofread these to.
They are very accurate.
Yeah, we should
Aegis,
probably
that's what we're
proofread.
scared of.
Well, this paperwork is about the pickle, the pickle.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's,
can you?
that's what I
can
was
you,
going to say. This was only about the pickle people. This has
I
nothing
was
to do
not
with
given
that.
paperwork to fill out about the cat criminals, as there was no theft.
Well, I mean, they're not criminals, Aegis.
And there was a
remember?
donation. Yes, it was also a donation that we made.
Ah, yes, of course.
That you know.
All
I'm-
right.
yes.
Now,
To me.
we should all very quickly turn this in before Aegis has another chance to write something.
Yes. Let's make haste towards the post or wherever we have to go to.
Dwarf on a pig.
On a
Yes.
pig.
Alrighty, so you go over to the dwarf on the pig office, and as you approach, you do see Rupert with his good pig named Pig coming out, and they seem to be clearly like undressed of their typical city guard uniform. They clearly are leaving for the day. What do you do?
Rupert, just the dwarf and pig we were looking to see.
And
Oh
or-
yes, what are you doing? Have anything interesting to report about the way of the Cobalt Soul?
We're working on it.
I
We,
have
uh,
this report about pickle-based scam artists we murdered.
Oh
Wait.
yes, I heard word from the
Legally.
lower layer guards that you did some murdering out there.
It was
It wasn't self-defense.
it was self-defense. Yes.
Well, it's the lower.
Otherwise, I
layer.
would turn myself in.
Well, it's the lower layer. What can you do? There's a bunch of scumbags down there. You know.
Oh.
Worst of the worst. Totally.
Well, it's
Yeah.
well, considering your special dispositions and the end of the world bullshit, you probably are gonna be, have that waved away. Don't worry
Anchorage for
about
some
it.
murderers.
I wouldn't let that get to your head. If it becomes a serial problem, we will rectify. So, what do you have? I'm guessing you have a last bit of paperwork.
Yes.
Yep.
All right,
I do.
let's
I
give
presented
this
the
a quick read. And could you say out loud, Joshua, what Aegis wrote down?
So the report under event is the self-defense of Party A in parentheses Dumbskulls versus
Oh,
Party
yes.
B in parentheses Pickle Bandits.
Ah, all right.
Party A was attempted. Party B attempted to scam Party A by offering them what appeared to be free pickles, which they would then charge an exorbitant price for. Luckily,
Oh.
Party A contained a member wary of such tactics and called Party B out on it, which prompted Party B to draw weapons and attempt a violent taking of personal possessions. Party A responded in kind and was victorious in the battle, promptly waving at the city guard.
Duly noted. Good details. Good legal lettering. Very, very nice. What else?
I think that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
right.
would have been.
No.
There's an
The,
addendum that mentions that a member of Party A did take a cloak and cover it in pickle juice, and that Party A also absconded with some of the pickles.
I'm not a good fan of pickle theft, but like live and let learn.
Is it theft if they're dead?
I mean,
Looting
those
the
pickles,
dead.
those pickles should have went to their first of kin, but
That is correct. We have to be more careful in the future.
yes. But we'll worry about that later. It's a first offense. Don't worry.
There's also one more thing on there.
I hate the
Well,
bureaucracy.
this report ends here. What other reports do you have?
Ah, yes, the miscellaneous notes section that was dictated to me by party member Brim.
Alright.
Which I relay as saying, "Dear Father, I need to be with you. Love, Brimmy."
Boy,
So,
is this for Father Caleb or is this for Daddy?
it's for Daddy.
He looks at you, takes one hand and crumples the paper in his hand,
What?
puts it forward, drops it in front of you, and then yanks your collar down so you're at eye level and says to me, "Listen to me, Brimstone. I am the city guardsman, the watchman who protects the middle and lower and
Yes.
upper layers from criminal scum. I am
Yes.
not the damn mailman." And he pushes you away.
I just thought because
You better think again, laddie.
I mean you
Take
spend
your
so much
ladder.
time with him. I'm sorry.
I say you get acquainted to the mailman. You start sending your letters to the postal office. And I assume you'll be back at the tavern before night ends.
Did Brim just receive a curfew?
Yes, sir.
That's
Hey
a good
guys,
boy.
I have to get out of this encounter. I have to be home by night.
Alrighty, I will
Brim looks
see
at his
you
pocket sundial.
later. Come on, pig. And he starts riding away.
He is an upstanding watchmaster.
Can't imagine.
Rec-
I aspire to be as him.
Requiem under his breath just goes, "Oh shit, that was awesome."
We should
That
we
was
should return the
terrifying.
pickles that we took.
I never want to cross this man.
Me neither, but Brim fucked up.
I thought that
Kestrel thinks better about robbing anybody on the Slayer.
he's always around. I just
Yeah, and like you said, he's not the fucking mailman.
he could have just told us to.
Look, you asked a proud dwarf who rides a pig in a battle, who's also the guard, to deliver a letter. How did you think that was going to turn out?
You could also just presumably go home and ask him yourself.
I pat the back of Brim's like knee because that's as high as I can reach.
I'm going home, I guess.
Would you want us to go now and we can come with you, or do you want to handle your father? Oh, sorry. Do you want to handle your daddy yourself?
This is not the time for that
I would
joke.
love to come with you.
I could write the letter if you wanted to dictate it.
No,
I have very
we
good
can
handwriting.
we can go take a visit to my father, and if we have time, we'll come back. But I would very much prefer we don't spend the night in my quarters.
Oh, come on.
No,
Kestrel will
it's not.
definitely steal something.
But you've got those maids and that butler who cares so much about you. Don't you want to see them?
That you once again
Butler,
left,
yeah.
by the way.
Yes, I know that one was intentional.
Did we leave them at Wamlart?
Yes, no, we didn't leave them at Wayland. We left them at the church.
They
Oh.
are competent enough to know to go back to the estate and do their duty.
There's schnookers and two maids and a butler at Wamlart waiting for him to return.
That's my favorite sitcom.
Two
Why
maids, a
don't
butler,
we
and
take-
Schnookers at Wambler.
Yeah,
Well,
all the possibilities.
I guess we're going.
Brim, that's a
on
good
my-
question, actually. Like, can they fight? Would they be useful to have with us?
They are designated to. How did my father put it? Protect me, give me everything I want, and
Like
needlessly
fish?
smother me.
Could
Like
they give
a
you a month's worth of fish?
That's a fair question.
1 month's worth of fish. But,
1
you know.
month? Could
Like
they
let's-
give you a
tons of
month's
fish.
worth of fish?
All right, well, let's head to the estate. And we'll ask around, and hopefully,
Wait,
hopefully-
you're the prince. Don't you have stores of fish at your castle?
Requiem.
A
What you
a month's
ask is
worth?
a very.
I mean, you're trying to help the orphans, and where would it come better than from the
This is-
crown prince's private stash?
Of fish.
Dash of fish.
That he
I need to
clearly has.
discuss. I need to discuss
That he-
some things with my father.
That he definitely totally has.
Let's head to the estates, and we'll see what he
Hooray.
says.
This is
Oh,
not
I
where-
can't wait for this.
this
I
is
would
not-
love to see your house and all the valuable things in it.
This is not
That was a
where
weird thing to say.
I'll be honest, this is not where I expected this to go. I am fine with this though.
Okay. This is what
I'm
happens
trying-
when you give player characters way too much control.
Well, see, this is the
don't
thing,
know.
Ezzy. I could just rob some fools, but all of these people will tattle on me.
I will immediately send Kestrel to the slammer, yes.
I mean, I think I did kind of shake down Wamlar through verbal ways, but okay.
The employment lawns do not extend to snakes, but you had a good case. It was a gray area. It was sort of private negotiations.
Yes.
I could
Settled
I'm
outside
just,
of court.
I'm just trying to exhaust all of my options before I have to rob people.
Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
If you
Because,
delay
like,
too long, Brim
If,
will get
if
in
we can
trouble
get
with
someone to just
Rupert for
give
being
us
late.
the fish. Well,
Off
no,
to
we've already got
Daddy's
somebody
house.
who's going to give us the fish. We just have to help a
Correct.
cursed food man.
Yeah, we
Brim
just gotta
wants
do
to
that.
speak to his father.
that, but we could not help the illegal food man and just
Wait,
go
no.
for the royal
No, no,
food.
no.
Food.
Hold on. Fucking galaxy brained idea. Hold on.
Oh, this
Oh,
is gonna
boy.
be bad.
Are you going to say that we do
No.
both and end up
We
with a
do
month
both?
of fish? Because I
No,
don't
no,
know how that
no,
helps
no.
us.
We do both. We get a surplus of fish, and we extra help them.
Oh, I
Or
see.
we could
Ooh.
sell the surplus of fish to get.
No.
For 30 for 20 gold.
Aren't you poor right now? I have more money than the Crown Prince does.
Well, I'm poor myself, but
Look at the
family is
poor
quite
commoner.
my family, on the other hand.
The
I
family
am
is
rich
quite
in life
rich.
experience.
He just
He
doesn't
just
have
sucks.
personal funds.
Why
just sucks at
why
handling his
doesn't
money.
the prince have personal funds? Why don't Brim roll me a society check? That was it was like a DC 10. You know why? Because ever since you've been enlisted within the church, you've been told to relinquish all titles and personal possessions in pursuit of serving the Waybringer.
This includes your allowance.
So you've been on your own for only a short while, but you are quite not used to not having money.
How
Listen.
old is Blimmy?
The butlers and the maids do give you a small amount of their own allowance to give you personal pleasures, but it is probably not
Phrasing.
it's probably not enough to really go at it for a month's worth of fish. Also, Requiems, since you were
he's
Brim's-
at the bathroom.
I'm
Oh,
here.
he's
I
returned.
just got back.
No, he's back.
I was
Okay.
I was
His
gonna say
bathroom's not that far
Requiems,
from
you would know
here.
about Brim's particular financial situation because you were signed his partner at the beginning of both of y'all's terms. So you first wondered why doesn't the Crown Prince have a shit ton of dough, but you know why. And
We know.
it's the same reason why you don't have a shit ton of dough from your mercenary days. It's just because Apsu makes you forego it.
They just threw
You
their
guys should
money on the
start giving your
ground.
money to me.
Or we could put it in the bank so the party can use it.
This is true, but
I am the party.
to
I think-
my
Kestrel starts
Technically, I think Dipped is the party at this point on paper. So
to the estate we go.
All right.
hi ho,
We're at the-
hi ho.
We're at the estate.
Come, schnookers, we are leaving.
So you all 6 of you go to the entrance of the estate, but you get stopped by the city guard and be like, where do you think you're going?
It's fine. They're with me. We're just going to visit the
Are you-
estate.
Are you sure? Like one of them smells like piss and pickles.
I'm not still wearing that cloak.
That
We've
You
had-
rubbed
did
off
wear it
on
for
your
hours.
You
Oh,
wore
yeah.
it for hours and it rubbed off on your clothes.
You can't just wear something that smells of piss for hours and then be like, now I know the smell of piss.
We,
Every day.
We had some misadventures in the lower section.
All right, if you-
Involving pickles.
I would advise you quickly get to your estate and try not to get to the other nearby houses. You don't want people to talk, right?
No, yes, of course. Come along, everyone. We need to make this quick.
Cool. Can I borrow some fancy clothes?
No.
Oh yeah, Aegis should probably take care of like the remaining like neon blue goo that's just like sticking to their body.
They also kind of like want to stop you because of that, but also because you're not wearing pants. They're
I'm not
quite-
wearing any clothes except for this cloak.
And they're just like, well, and then they're like, well, look, he's a construct, right? But it's not common decency to not wear pants. But it's the constructs don't need pants. It's a waste of material. And they
I want to look at them and go, I had the same questions you're talking about right now. I've let it go because there's no point. And there's also, I point to him, nothing there.
Look,
Bang, bang, bang a lang.
just for now, it's fine. But if he's going to be a common appearance, then he needs some slacks.
He needs to get a thumb.
And we'll be sure to take care of that. But for now, we'll just
Can he have some
remain.
fancy clothes?
We'll see about it. Anyways, we'll do our best not to be seen.
All right.
It's a form of formation. Put Igus in the center. No one move as a box.
Just make sure no one sees your faces as we go through.
Okay.
This
Kestrel
will be-
covers his face with his
He
hands.
covers his eyes.
All right. So Aegis is trying to sneak.
I was half expecting you to go. You use Technologic to cover your face.
That would do nothing. It's invisible.
I know. It just for the irony of it.
But
Technologic does the tongue out, like hands in the ears thing at the guards as we go past.
All right. They obviously don't know. So you start going through the upper
But I
layer. There's a few high-class shops before you get to the residency, which is a ton of very huge houses with a bunch of the full works. And this is a big suburban lawns upon lawns of fucking houses. Not much because of the plateau kind of thing, but it's very you know how ornate everything was in the lower layer? This is upgraded ornate, and there's little statues of the various gods kind of going out of
Baroque.
each one, and then you kind of move past that, and there's a fork in the road. Instead of going to the right where the church is, you go left and start climbing.
Oh, so
big...
have we been up this far, or have we been to a different church?
No, the cathedral of the Exile Worm is the big cathedral you've been to, but you haven't been up to the estate, which is above that. So you're
Okay,
going.
and this place has its own big church. Got
yeah,
it.
this is you're going to Castle Stone.
Ooh, fancy.
So you're approaching Castle Stone, and you're waiting for. It seems to be in its own the cliffside breaks in the ground, and you're waiting for a drawbridge to connect the two. These are some very heavily covered guards and paladins at the castle gates, looking over, but they kind of hold on and go, Is that the Crown Prince?
Yes. I've brought guests. They're with me. They're fine. Ignore the smell. Don't look at the pants.
The lack of pants.
They
lack
kind
of
they kind of
pants.
look at each other you sure this isn't a bad kidnapping?
No, I'm
Kidnappings
sure.
are illegal. I would never break the law.
Would we be kidnapping him to bring him back home?
Trust me, it's gotten weird.
Ransom.
Or
You're
do you
looking
think
for the
he's
word
kidnapping
ransom.
us?
No.
Kestrel,
Ah,
Kestrel, sometimes people are weird or stupid, and sometimes both.
All right.
Anyways.
we'll let
we're
the
going
bridge
to have a
down.
talk about this.
Go ahead. And they let down the bridge, and
As
you
the bridge is coming down, I asked Brim, have you been badly ransomed before? Is this a public current?
It
Do you want to talk about it?
no.
Okay.
Schnookers looks at you and kind of nods in understanding.
I scratch his head, her head,
Aw.
whatever. Doesn't matter.
Whichever.
Its face. Snake.
And you go forward, and the front and center is two dragon statues that are gigantic as the front part of the castle. One is overlapping the other. The one you recognize this as Apsu, and the one that's beneath them, much smaller than Apsu, seems to be a descendant of the not a descendant, but an ancestor of the stone line.
Home, sweet home.
And
Have you been back here in a while?
waiting for you in the courtyard is your lovely butler and your two maids.
I forget. Is the butler hot?
The
I
butler,
thought he's
the butler
old.
is old but hot.
Oh,
Yes, excellent.
a
Kestrel
G-Dill.
winks.
A
With a
G-Dill.
thick white beard and an eye patch, I'll say.
Oh, it's Rob from Butler. From
Duke and the Black
Duke of
Maid.
Death and his Black Maid. Rob,
Yeah.
the hot one.
Hello, all. I'm back.
It's
Hello.
Hi, back.
welcome back. It's good to have you back, sir.
I'm sorry for leaving you all at the church. I didn't
We're-
mean to.
It was
We're-
Wamlight.
We're used to
It's
it. but
Wamlight-
Do
it's
not
Wamlight or
worry.
church?
We were unable to bring your companion with you. I think you're, and they kind of point to Snuggers. I think they were just waiting for your command.
Yes, they do that. They're very loyal, very good.
As are we, but we come back and we have your room prepped, cleaned, and ready. Why do you smell like pickles, sir?
Funny story about that. Due to the church's orders, we've been having some escapades down in the lower section of the city.
Oh, that's kind of new territory for you, is it not?
A bit, yes.
And they nod and just like, well, it's good that you're back home safely. Was not
As a quick aside, do you have any spare clothing, maybe old clothes that I've worn from
yes,
my years past?
Yes, we have various
Baby clothes.
We have various like sections of the wardrobe we could donate to.
Okay.
I would assume your associates.
Yes, that one I point at Aegis, and that one I point at Kestrel.
Castro wiggles his fingers seductively.
I think we have some.
What does that even mean?
They kind of like look and be like,
I don't know, but he's probably doing it bad because
I imagine that Southern Belle like yoo-hoo, like that, like wavy.
Oh, like a twirly
Exactly.
finger?
Yeah, the twiddly fingers.
yeah. So
Wow.
Flint like walks up to you, Kestrel, and then walks up to you, Aegis, puts you back to back to each other, and starts measuring. And after a good while, and he gets like really like brisk, but it's not sexual or anything, but you wish it was sexual. But
I do.
after a few minutes of measuring and everything, Flint just got, yep, we probably have something of your size. Follow me.
How tall is Kestrel?
Kestrel's like
Like
5
4 foot.
5 foot.
He's
Okay.
really short.
Can you say enough?
Yeah. It's the answer to
He's
every
really-
question.
He's very short.
So
Short shorts.
Flint
Short
asks you to
shorts,
follow
yes.
them and be like, also, would you like to have your guests with dinner with your father?
I would love that so much.
Say,
I
so
bet-
would I would love
Finally
invitation,
speak to the
provided
CEO.
that he is willing.
I do not require food.
I bet they would like it, wouldn't they?
All right.
Fine,
common,
yes,
common,
yes.
Common procedure. No armor at the table.
That's fine.
Unless
Makes sense.
unless there are guards.
I
We'll
have a
have,
question.
Yes.
we'll have to fetch clothes for you too, and he puts requiems and dip together like they did before.
That's hilarious.
Starts doing the measuring and just
Wait a
like, all
second.
right, we got some baby clothes.
This one comes up to this one's knee.
All right, we can we have some baby clothes for the interesting green one there, and obviously before we give
Castro
you
makes this exact noise.
okay, before
give him
we
the
can get you your
ugly
clothes,
stare.
we'll need you to take some baths. We'll have that all.
Oh, excellent.
We'll have all that nice and provided, and then after you're all dressed, we will have a dinner. We have a full course tonight. It's the weekly kind of gathering of the stones.
Ooh.
So
Ah, a bunch of rocks in one place. How rare.
most of the stones will be in a separate section, but usually the father and son will dine together. And they kind of turn to you, Brim, like, your mother's out right now, business trip. She's talking with the Papiers.
Oh.
All right, we did hear about that.
Do you know if that's going well, or...
About as well as possible. I think they're beginning. It's a couple months out, but they're working on a festival.
Ah, I see.
Ooh.
the arts worship and appreciation festivals for Narticula and Desna.
Ah, ah. Well, good, good,
If
very
y'all
good.
want to roll religion checks about that,
Mr. Kieru, do
Nope,
the
do
thing.
I'm not doing the
Fine.
thing.
Okay.
Religion check.
Then I'll turn the alarm off.
You can set it again. I'm just not doing it this particular time.
How dare you jettison our gift?
Requiems, you recognize both
Nope.
names.
Oh, were we supposed to do a religion check? I was thinking about you.
Now, there's a trio of particular goddesses who are all lovers and are covering different aspects of life. You have the goddess of the sun and protection, Sarenrae. You have the goddess of the moon and stars and sort of the night sky, Desna, and you have the goddess of colors and of art and beauty, Shaylin. Alongside that, you have another goddess who was much more of a bad apple before, but has since turned a more of a fickle foot in the favor of most Naticula. And particularly Shaylin, Desna, and Naticula are very appreciative about the arts and beauty and expression. And particularly the Papirs like to throw festivals every year to help celebrate and bring them to the forefront, since it's a very Apsu heavy kind of culture, but the rest of the gods deserve worship.
Cool.
Flint, what time is dinner?
Oh, well, it's... If you can get into the bath now, and we'll have the clothes prepared after bathing, I would say in the next hour, hour and a half.
All right.
Mr. Flint, I have an important fact to disclose. You
Yeah.
requested no armor at the table. I cannot remove mine.
We would just ask you to dress up and cover your armor, since it is comprised of your entire being.
Body.
Okay, that is easier.
That is easier than removing all of my limbs.
He looks like the Black Knight from Monty Python. Table to the torso.
We brought a head to dinner.
Flint just kind of looks at you with the one eye, just kind of like with kindness, and just goes, "I would hope so." And
You'll be like fucking Lopez from Red versus Blue, just a head being carried around with them.
So I'm just going to fast forward. You all have such lovely baths. There's a nice, huge bathhouse that's a part of the estate.
Is it a communal bathhouse?
Yeah, it's more or less communal. There is a separation for the sexes. So
Kestrel does the fucking Gerald pose in the bath.
and the maids do kind of stop, dip, and do you need help in there, or are you fine by yourself, or?
I'm fine.
If we are here to assist, if need be, all your other companions seem to have been of the male kind.
Or genitalist god.
Or being a robot, yes.
We can be of assistance if need be. If not, we will give you your privacy.
Is Aegis waterproof?
I assume they just
Well, if you mean can I go in water without breaking? Yes, because that would be a bad construct to have. Just don't have rain anytime soon. Otherwise,
I think I have splash.
I'm more imagining that if we're in a communal bath and we're all just sitting there, and then Aegis steps in, we all just get shocked from electricity.
No.
I don't know if he runs on electricity.
He has his magical core is all insular and stuff.
Okay, I'm just making sure, because otherwise
I am self-contained except for when blue goo seeps out from damage or retching.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not like a toaster.
So you all have your night's baths. It's very pleasant. And then as you're exiting the baths, you do see an assortment.
What's the water quality like? I'm sure Dipped is
I'm
dying.
dying to know because this is
You
this
bring
is finally my chance to talk to this CEO I've been looking.
now, Dip. You go into this bath, and it is like spring water. It is like the most natural assortment of heated, like it. You can feel almost like the life essence of this mountain cliffside just speak to you. It is a crystal clear pitcher of Orfang's water.
This
Now,
bodes
whether or not
well.
it's representative of all water, you can't
It definitely
tell.
isn't. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
But the point is that it is true. It is natural. It is
True
pristine.
cold water. Good.
It is
This
it
is
is
good water.
gluten free. It is
Gluten-free.
pristine.
MSG free, gluten free, organic mountain water from Fiji.
Rock free.
Locally
Unlike the
sourced.
previous water.
Locally
GMO.
sourced.
Locally
Locally
fucking
sourced
sourced. But yeah, that's,
Humanely raised water.
yeah. So that's what you can parse.
Non-GMO.
That's
Nobody modified.
Free
this water.
range.
so that's what you can parse from this situation. And as
I
you come,
have this is going in my water graph. There are 2 knots. This is good water. The other dot is the bad water.
so far you've gotten like a 200% improvement versus waters.
There's a 50-50 chance that you'll water or bad water.
Yeah.
Oh my
Basically
God.
a coin flip. So you
Shut the
you all
fuck up.
exit and you do see an assortment of fancy clothes to cover yourselves up.
Since these clothes are brim sized, are they like hilariously big on me?
Do they have tail holes is the main question.
They do seem to have previously had tail holes, but the butler caught on immediately and sewed them up proper.
Notice
Aw.
that.
As for the
We're all walking to dinner with our asses hanging.
as for the size, they have been specially trimmed and refitted to fit you perfectly.
Can I use a hero point to say that Requiem's wasn't, and he gets halfway down the hall before he realizes?
I'm sorry, what?
Joaquin wants to change the narrative so that his ass is hanging out for a little.
Yeah, you get about half. Use the hero point, but you get about halfway down the hall before Flint
You
like
feel a
runs
slight
up
breeze.
to you,
Before Kestrel smacks him on the ass.
and like Flint is like running up to you. It's like, oh no, wrong fit. Come on, get back. And he like takes the tape measure, like almost nooses you with it, and drags you behind him as he refits you with a
Stage left,
properly
Ethan.
with like a properly fit outfit.
Okay.
Very good.
I'm gonna say as it gets fixed, and after it's fixed, I stride as confidently as it did before down the hallway, feeling less. of a
No breeze whatsoever passes your
Yep.
ass crack. You are the
I'm
most,
sorry, it's just too
Airtight.
I had to. It's just too fucking funny.
You are the most high class fucking like redeemer paladin, whatever the fuck of Apsu in this
Redeemer.
goddamn hallway.
I tried walking down this hallway, but the clap of my cheeks kept alerting the butler.
Maybe you should have put a megaphone in your
It's very good. Alrighty, and as
We're just doing our best to embarrass Brim.
and Brim, you have your best outfit already selected
Oh, good.
and refitted, and you are just these dinner dates. Like you've done this weekly, even as a cleric, but it never gets easier. And as you become more and more accompanied with the duty of being a stone, of being a prince of the kingdom, and even now with so much experience under your belt as a war priest of Apsu, it's so hard to face just that sheer presence that is your father.
Can I make a? I just want to interject real quick. Like just as an addendum, I want to say that when Rec initially walked down the hallway, the party looks over and just hear clap, 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 and then he gets dragged away.
Spinning their hero point.
I can't believe Quinn has spent 2 hero points on him. But
Quinn has spent 10 hero points.
No,
Or sorry, 8 hero points.
You hear the
6 of it on
clapping.
pickle jars, and
You
2
hear
of it
the
on his ass beat.
No, you hear the clapping before you see him round a corner, and then the butler goes, "No, you don't," and just drags him back.
Yep. And,
Sorry. Okay,
and
I'm done.
I'm gonna say that's love. Make a note. Requiem's ass is so thick that it makes ass clap cheeks as he walks.
Oh God.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna stop fucking. I'm gonna stop fucking around now. I'm sorry.
Well,
You've dug
Fran's
your
got
own hole.
ideas.
No,
Okay,
no.
so
Here comes the-
Brim,
Oh, God.
you lead the charge with your fancy dress.
Kestrel slow motion
individuals.
walks down the hallway,
Everyone is slow
looking
motion.
fresh.
Everyone is slow motion walking down the hallway as you open
Medieval
the
Bachelor is
big
weird.
double doors and across a long like dining table full
Oh.
of food and expensive wines and just great ornate like decorations of Apsu and the various stone lines, paintings of various dragonborn of varying colors. You see at the end of the table the familiar, big, just tremendously powerful presence of Tobias Stone.
It's just like Richie Rich.
And
What up,
that's
Dad?
where we're going to stop tonight.
Oh.
Damn it.
I was so sure there wasn't going to be enough material for y'all to get into the combat encounter, and somehow it became all roleplay today.
I regret
didn't
nothing.
I didn't want to rob people because my party are narcs.
Most of the party are not.
You've got a small like emissary being who's accepts his water. You have a crown prince who's trying to haggle with everybody you meet. You met a paladin who's dummy thick, and then you have a robot who is so lawful good he'll turn in his own teammates.
He'll turn in himself.
Turn in himself. Yeah, so
Next
that,
session's gonna suck.
next
Diplomacy.
session is going to be a talk with Daddy, followed by either a fair discussion with a shady dealer's man, and probably a fair bit of combat, which I'm going to have to
Hooray.
probably tweak because now y'all going to be rested with spell slots. So that'll
Hooray.
be fun.
I only used 1 of mine. I still have 2 left.
Well,
I don't have spell slots.
I'm
Ha-ha.
gonna rebalance it so that way y'all are gonna be probably hurting next time. So
Not me.
thank you everyone for joining today.
Resources overpowered.
This was especially a fun time. Going around, everyone, where can we find you? Starting with Joshua.
Oh, thank God. Perfect
Josh the
timing.
return. Jill.
What? Did I miss anything vital in that
Oh,
1 minute?
No.
we walked into the dining room. There's a long table, and now the game's over.
Okay, sweet.
There's a long table with a dad at the end of it.
I
Not
thought it
so
was weird
stuffed
that
dad,
everyone
but I don't
stopped,
think that's a character.
I thought it was weird everyone stopped talking for like 30 seconds.
It's a lot like the long table in the movie Richie Rich featuring Macaulay Culkin. This is the only thing I can compare it to.
Or any other like long, super long, like rich.
There's only
table.
one long table. It's in
Yeah,
Richie
yes.
Rich.
Your
to you,
cultural
Bucko.
knowledge is so buck wild.
Doesn't he also have a fucking McDonald's in his house too
He
that
does.
just like gets revealed?
He does. He also has a roller coaster in his backyard.
Fuck that kid. God damn.
Anyways, I am Josh, aka American Josh. You follow me on Twitter at American_Josh. Don't bother following me on Twitch. Really, I don't stream enough. Just follow
You should.
everyone
You
else.
should, though.
I may stream Sekiro again at some point. So if you ever happen to want to see that, Real American Josh is my Twitch name.
Mhm.
But just follow Magic Abridged. You'll see me more there. And here,
Sounds
you should
good.
follow this.
Alrighty, and I'll save Ava for last. Dip, Dip, where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Bob. Second, fine.
That's my wife.
Bet. not happy after a few things, but you can find me on Twitter at VogoEC. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/thedark. Eventually, I will finish planning for my 100 follower thing. And the main thing I want to show right now is I'm running, me and another person are running a project called Dear Team 4 Stars. I thank you for Dragon Ball. If you're interested, you can submit a thing to it. I'm going to link the Twitter post in the chat if you like to read it.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'd
It's
be
in the
pretty
chat.
cool.
If you're interested, you can do it there. If you have questions, you can DM me. And I will answer them. I will probably, but not to your face.
Alrighty. Soups, where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Super Ninja 5506. You can follow me on Twitter at Super Ninja 5506, or you can follow my channel on Twitter at Magic Abridged, or you can find my Twitch channel at Magic Abridged, or you can find my YouTube channel, which is also Magic Abridged. And that's all the things.
That's very good. Quinn, where can we find you, dear?
You can find me at Requiem's VA on Twitter. I'll type it out here in the chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
Williams VA. That's how you spell it. You can find me at that same spelling on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And I'm also known as the Paladin who's dummy thick, and that is now canon.
Friend, you're not going to mention Church Cheeks?
I'm scared that Fran is now like she has this knowledge, and
Can't wait for the NSFW.
Yeah, what's gonna? I'm scared now. I'm honestly scared.
If you donate $50,
see
my character is gonna be the first person to have like literally porn made of him.
Fran does have 3 days off coming up soon, so.
Oh god.
Yes, thick skulls. Hashtag thick skulls. Ava, where can we find you, dear?
You can find me on Twitter at VoiceActorAva. That is twitter.com at VoiceActorAva. You can also find me on Twitch.
Works with the URL.
Shut up. You also find me on Twitch.
Bitch.
I stream writing and we watch movies, and it's very fun. That is twitch.tv /voiceactorava. That is twitch.tv /voiceactor. Nifty little channel called Dumbskulls over here on YouTube. And for those who keep asking when the next content is, all I can really say is I'm busy. I got shit to do.
Yeah,
I have life stuff to do.
Surprisingly, abridging isn't a full-time job.
It's almost like I'm making the majority of this for free.
Okay.
College.
Let's not make it into a big deal. But Ava is busy with college, and we're trying our best to work on the episodes as best as we can. We do need to contact voice actors and stuff whenever we have the next opportunity to. But we do have a bunch of stuff written. We are ready to edit stuff at any given moment. It's just we
have to get some things organized first.
Yeah, and that's going to take a while, which is why in the meantime we're doing this because it brings you guys something to do, to watch while we are doing our stuff. Anyways, I've been Ezekieru. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter at Ezekieru. And you can follow me on Twitter to hear me talk about Pathfinder stuff or just retweet some dumb shit I found. And hopefully, while Ava is busy in college, I'm probably going to start working on my own stuff. I'm probably going to start working on my own Pathfinder stuff, as well as some anime parodies. So keep an eye on that. I'm going to try to get that started either the end of this month or next month. So please stick around. Let me know how you like it. And thank you so much for watching this. I hope y'all really enjoy this. And I can't wait to see you next time on Dumbskulls. Have a great night.
Audio.
Goodbye.